Fuck. Better. Hello and welcome back to the Water. My name is Beast. Today we're back with Hoshizora no Memoria. You can pause Elden Ring by going into the menu explanation menu. Just found out about that courtesy of Iron Pineapple. So that's lovely. Anyways. I don't have much else to talk about today. Aside from the fact that my father is currently in the fucking hospital because when I woke up to a call this morning, turns out it was a call from the living room because my father was apparently in so much back pain that he couldn't move at all. So let's hope nothing drastic happens because of that. Either way, you may note that I still technically have half a bottle of mead, yet I decided to get Fragolino instead because I felt like something fruity today. And I had to go grocery shopping today anyways because I almost ran out of iced tea. Whoops, that's also his line. Also, let me just... There we go.
補習2日目、無事終了だね。また落ち込んでるし、あんまりそういう態度取ってると嫌味に思われちゃうよ。自分は本来補習なんて受ける人間じゃないみたいな。
No, I mean that's not really what I'm thinking, honestly.
本当かな?
I'm okay with the remedial classes. I'd cry if it was just me by myself, but it doesn't help that I've got a friend. But it does help that I've got a friend with me.
どうせ私も補習だよ。
Well, it works out in my favor, so no complaints by me.
なんだよそれ。
I mean, if I've got you there with me, unpleasant things become not so unpleasant. She's a great mood maker, after all. I don't know how she takes my words, but she winds up red in the face. Besides, I'm not feeling depressed or anything. I'm just pondering something.
何考えてたの?
How to persuade Hizakaki. And she's gone sullen on me in the blink of an eye. Now I get tired of watching her vivid facial expressions, which change as quickly as Chinami's, albeit in different ways. She really does have that mood maker kind of personality to her. See, I met Hizakaki yesterday and we talked for a bit. Long story short, I asked her to give us permission to use the rooftop.
ダメだったんだ。
Yeah, not that I thought changing her mind would be a walk in the park in the first place.
そりゃあね、こももちゃんだし。
Well, above all else, she's diligent, so if I keep earnestly asking her, I think I should get results.
そうかな。
Yeah?
なんで断言できるんだろう。
It's obvious if you just look at her. But the problem is that keep earnestly asking part proves to be a surprisingly difficult task.
夏休み中だし、こももちゃんに会う機会ないもんね。
Yeah, and I kind of feel uncomfortable visiting her place directly too. Hizakaki likely has her own plans too. I can't pester her too much.
電話は?
Well, I don't have her number, and Kosame won't tell me either.
こももちゃんがストップかけてるんだろうね。コサメちゃん、こももちゃんの味方だから。
I suppose there's always the chance Kosame might pull through and convince her, but still I have to do things from my end as
登
well.
校日にはこももちゃんに会えるんじゃない?
I'd kind of like to speak with her before then, honestly. I want the student council to use that day to hold their meeting and get the official permission to use the rooftops, so why would I need... So that's why I need to get it set up in advance.
そういえばようちゃん、コサメちゃんとこももちゃんの住所を知ってるんだね。
Yeah, I was pretty surprised when I saw their home was a
行っ
shrine.
てきたんだ。
Yeah, I met their mother by chance, and then things just happened. I ended up at their place.
まやかさんだね。豪快な人だよね。昔はレディースだったって聞いたことあるよ。
I can see that. Oh wow, she used to be a delinquent? She said she was a member of the Astronomy Club at Ibari High.
そうなの?
Apparently, yeah. When we started talking about the Astro Circle, she mentioned how that took her back to her high school days.
へえ、天文部ってどんな感じだったのか私もいろいろ聞いてみたい
You'll probably get the chance to during the summer festival coming up here.
な。そうだね、神社が夏祭りの会場だもんね。楽しみだな。
What date is it exactly?
来週の土曜からだから。
August 4th?
4日から7日までの4日間だよ。
I guess that means I'll also be able to see Sakaki on those days when visiting the shrine. Festival, I mean. It comes up before attendance day, so it is perfect in terms of
会
timing.
えるとは思うけど、あんまり長くは話してる暇ないんじゃないかな。いろいろ仕事あるだろうし。
Not sure. After all, she is a shrine
りょう
maiden.
ちゃん、変なこと考えてない？
No, not at all.
怪しいな。
I was just wondering whether the shrine might be looking for some extra help for the festival. You know, like a part-time job. That would give me more chances to talk to her. Managing the stalls isn't their responsibility, apparently, but surely there's something else I could
やっぱ
do.
りそれじゃお祭り一緒に回れないじゃない。ただでさえ小雨ちゃんもいないのに。
Oh, is Kosame a shrine maiden too?
そうだよ。
Well, they are sisters, so that's something
だから
natural.
小雨ちゃんはしょうがないけど、お祭りはテンクルのみんなで回るんだからね。
Guess I'll just have to abide by our vice president's directive.
まだ葵さんを部員のみんなに紹介してないし、一度くらいみんなで集まりたいじゃない。
During the day of the closing ceremony, in which we were unofficially acknowledged as a club, we did create a chat group, but Aoi herself wasn't present in the club room. Shinami gave us her number in her
お
absence.
祭りが終わったら小雨ちゃんも入れて、私の喫茶店で打ち上げしたいね。
Seeing how aptly Asu was talking about it, I'm actually not alone.
こんにちは、小笠坂さん。
Ayo, what's up? During work at the Milky Way later that day, Kosame suddenly walks through the door. Welcome to the Milky Way. Is it just you
は
today?
い、姉さんも誘ったんですけど、会えなく断られてしまいました。
I show Kosame to a table and Asu immediately brings her a glass of water.
小雨ちゃん、お久しぶり。まだ2日ぶりですけどね。ご注文はいかがいたしますか？いつものメニューでお願いします。カルバリの十字架ですね。かしこまりました。
Having taken the order, Asu then disappears into the kitchen.
実はこっそり十字架を集めているんです。
Odd. Oops. I guess sort of like how kids collect the flags they get in their kids' meals. Typical for a girl.
それは女性蔑視と取ってよろしいんですね。
No, please don't do that.
小笠坂さんはそんな人じゃないですものね。
Also, and her dad are handling the cooking by themselves, and there doesn't seem to be any work to do among the tasks that I've been left with, which are doing wash-up, wiping the tables, and organizing the chairs.
座りませんか？今日も小笠坂さんに用があってきたんです。
Alright, just for a little bit then. While Asu is in the kitchen, I'm in charge of waiting on the customers. So my work now is to keep Kosame company until new customers appear.
小笠坂さん、今週末は何かご予定がありますか？
Not that I can think of. Remedial classes on Friday and work practically start speaking only on weekdays.
では、私たちと一緒に海水浴に行きませんか？
Very sudden
お
offer?
母さんがですね、久しぶりにしのさんにお会いしたいそうなんです。
See, that's fair. Makes sense. She said they were both in the Astronomy Club after all.
はい。ですからしのさんと、よければちなみさんも一緒に、ひばりが崎のビーチで羽を伸ばしてみませんか？
Okay, I'll ask him about it.
土曜日と日曜日、どちらがいいか確認を取ってもらえると助かります。
Sure, I can do
あ
that.
りがとうございます。
And you'll also come with your family?
はい。お父さんは病院の仕事が忙しいので無理ですけど。は
Oh, so your dad's a doctor?
い。花 変わってますよね。母は神主ですし。
I think that's pretty cool, actually.
男の子ですね。
I guess I'll just write you down in my books as sexist towards men
小
then.
ヶ坂さんは私をそんな目で見ていたんですね。しょんぼりです。
It would appear I'm no match for Kosame. So that means Maka and Hisagaki are coming then.
はい、よろしくお願いします。
An opportunity has unfolded right before me in a way that I least expect. If on Chino is time, we can go to the beach with everyone, and I suppose I should also be able to talk to Hisagaki about the Astro Circle.
お待たせしました。こちらカルバリの十字架になります。
Also has brought out Kosame's
麻
order.
生さん、お話があるんですけど、いいですか？私もちょっと休憩。
She sits down with the tray in her arms.
麻生さん、今週末は何かご予定がありますか？
I guess she's inviting also
店の
to.
お手伝いくらいかな。昼間と夕方だけ。では、お母さんの言葉をそのままお伝えしますね。まやかさんから？はい。麻生さんと麻生さんのお父さんへのことづてです。
After clearing her throat with a cough, she goes on.
土曜か日曜、どちらかを休業日にして私に付き合え。だそうです。休業日って。
That is seriously high-handed.
何かあるの？はい、海水浴のお誘いです。小ヶ坂さんもお誘いしてるんですよ。あ、本当？行く行く。
Wow, that's a swift decision I've ever seen one. Not that I did anything different.
ハスホさんだけじゃありませんよ。ハスホさんのお父さんもお誘いしているんです。なんでお父さんまで？お母さんからのお誘いなんですよ。あ、まやかさんってお父さんと知り合いなんだよね。たまに喫茶店に来てお茶はしてたけど。
That's news to me.
その口ぶりからすると、小ヶ坂さんだけじゃなく、麻生さんも知らなかったみたいですね。何が？
Kosame giggles joyfully.
実はですね、麻生さんのお父さん、宗一郎さんは、お母さんとしのさんが天文部に入っていた頃の部長さんだったそうなんです。
Also and I are both
ですか
flabbergasted.
らこのお誘いは、天文部の OB 会を兼ねているんです。私たち子供はおまけみたいなものですね。
Wow, I don't really know what to say.
世間って狭いんだね。
Stole the words right out of my mouth.
お父さん、やっぱり昔から天文に興味あったんじゃない？
Also mutters to herself. Oh, so does your dad also do stargazing and stuff?
いらっしゃい。麻生のお友達の小雨さんだね。
As also is fumbling for words over what appears to be a touchy subject for her dad comes with glasses of iced tea.
まだ食べていないんだね。
はい、用事があったもので、マスターにも。
なんだい？
お母さんからの伝言があるんです。
ああ、急に胃の調子が。
わざとらしく帰ろうとしないでください。
どうせろくでもない伝言だと思うとね。
I feel like I have a decent glimpse of what his and Mayaka's relationship is
マ
like.
スターは今週末、ご予定はありますか？
この喫茶店でのんびりしてるよ。
どちらかを休業日にできますか？
いきなりだね。さすがに難しいかな。
しないとお母さんが直接説得に来る手はずになってます。
あ、そう。土日は休業だから手伝いも休みだ。
Like, I'm not dealing with that!
やったー！それでは小ヶ坂さんもしのさんの方をよろしくお願いしますね。
Despite him apparently having been the Astronomy Club president, it seems like Mayaka was actually the one with real authority.
天文部の OB 会？
Yeah, it's an invitation from Mayaka. After dinner, I talked to Onchino about the matter we discussed at the cafe today. Well, she asked if we'd like to go to the beach together on either Saturday or Sunday.
誰が参加するかは聞いてる？
The Hisakakis, the Minahoshis, us, and, well, I direct my gaze towards Aoi and Suzuha, who have come over to eat dinner again. She said I could invite friends as well.
私たちもですか？
Nah, the more the merrier, apparently. Aoi doesn't give any sort of reply, only politely sits there drinking her tea.
急に OB 会なんて言うからひばりが崎を出た人たちまで集まるのかと思ってびっくりしちゃった。
Of course, said Dad, the astronomy club consists only of the three of them. So yeah, I guess reunion is the best
ま
way
や
to
か
it.
さんのことだから本音は夏祭りの準備で忙しくなる前にパーッと遊びたくなったのかもね。
So do you have time this coming weekend? Whoops.
そうね、仕事にもまだ余裕があるし
I've received her
先
acceptance.
方の都合を考えると土曜日の方がいいかもしれないわね。日曜日にゆっくり休んでもらって月曜日から夏祭りの準備に取り掛かれるでしょうし。
I know, let him know that later.
ねえねえお兄ちゃん、ちなみも行っていいの？
Sure, rather a chance to go hang out with everyone won't come often, so you'll want to come. If you want, you two are also invited.
遠慮します。あ、鈴葉は行っていいから。葵ちゃんも一緒がいいな。遠慮するって言った。お姉ちゃんも一緒がいい。
Oh, it makes an agonized
じゃあ明
expression.
日はみんなで一緒に水着見てこようね。死ねばいいのに。そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。
Aoi glosses over it by stroking Suzuha's head. Oi, do you have any plans this weekend?
特にないですけど。
We're planning on inviting everyone from the Astra Circle, so why don't you come along too? It'll be a great opportunity to get to know everyone. I'd likely be able to introduce her to everyone before the summer festival. Aoi remains silent.
いすずちゃん、一緒に来ない？
しのさんがそういうのなら日頃ご迷惑をかけてますし。
そんなのは関係なしにみんなで楽しみましょう。
Aoi nods begrudgingly. With that, it is decided that both Aoi and Suzuha will be coming along as well. We leave getting in touch with Okaizumi to Asuho, and Kosame said she would get a hold of Setsuna. We leave getting a hold of Okaizumi to Asuho. Though, from what Kosame told us, the likelihood of Setsuna coming along was rather dim. No, please, come along. I want to see. Kinda think of it, I haven't seen her at all lately. During finals week 2, she never came to the club room, not even once. Being only a paper member from the get-go, as she was, apparently she didn't even help with the Astro Circle School Festival program last year. Rather than a lack of cooperativeness, Kosame said she just has her hands tied with something else. Which is the reason why she doesn't have time for the circle. Though that only begs the question of why she's in the circle to begin with. That isn't something I know.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみのお友達も呼んでいい？
Since I'm lost in thought, my reply is a tad delayed. Sure, I don't see why not. Do you have someone you want to come along?
オカルト部長。
Nope. Because my spinal cord gave me that reply, and I'm going with it.
それ脊髄反射だよ。お兄ちゃん、オカルト部長のこと嫌いなの？
Nah, don't actually. Asuka's my friend
なら
too.
反対する理由ないでしょ？
On second thought, she does have a point. I don't even know why I replied with no in the first place. Why do you want to invite him?
ひばりが崎のミステリーを解くっていう志を共に抱く同志だからだよ。
Forget it.
志まで否定されたくないよ。要するに、ヨウ先輩はシスコンなんですね。
How could you have possibly, by any stretch of the imagination, arrived at that conclusion is beyond me.
ようちゃん、意地悪しないで誘ったらいいんじゃない？
Fine, if you say so.
わーい、しのさん、ありがとう。しのさんには誰もかなわないんですね。女王様みたいでかっこいいです。
あらあら。
That only shows that Onshino is the head of the house here. On my way to heading to the lookout again today, I give Oscar a call.
海水浴はいいけどよ。近いうち夜にちなみちゃん貸してもらうからな。
So I end up pulling the trigger and bringing up the conversation that I know will come eventually, and that I'm dreading. Man, are you seriously this gung ho about to stake out everybody high?
校舎に現れた死神は葵さんだって話だけどよ。
Told Asuka about Aoi's nighttime excursions. I figured he'd eventually come to it anyway if he investigated. Plus, unlike Chinami, I believe Asuka knows when to keep his mouth shut. Asuka promised me that he wouldn't investigate any further involving Aoi.
でも都市伝説の方の死神の噂は葵さんが入学する前からあったんだ。それに展望台に現れるメアって子が都市伝説と無関係を主張してるなら展望台は白になるとなれば現場はひばり校が最有力だろう。
Concerning the way the rumor spreads, I can only agree with his opinion. But does it necessarily have to be at night of all
死
time?
神が昼間に現れるんなら目撃情報の一つもあるだろう。ゼロってことは人気のない時間帯ってことなんだよ。
But I mean, wouldn't the rumor require witnesses to even start up in the first place?
現に立ってるってことは在校生じゃなくて卒業生にいたんだよ。夜に見たってやつが。なんだよ不満そうだな。ちなみちゃんを借りるからな。
No, you won't.
別にちなみちゃんを取って食うつもりなんてねえよ。お前妹に対して過保護すぎるんじゃねえか。
I think my concerns are reasonable.
頭ごなしに否定するだけじゃ説得力ねえけどな。
Look, all I'm trying to say is going to school at night is dangerous, okay? Like, what if the security catches you? You'd be in seriously deep shit then.
そんなの100も承知だろうが今さら議論する気はねえ。
I mean, you know how loud Chinami is, right? Are you sure you won't get caught with her hooting and hollering their ass off?
なあ小笠か。むしろそうやって押さえつけてるとちなみちゃん一人で校舎の探検に乗り出すんじゃねえか。
Well, I certainly can't argue with that.
心配ならお前もついてくればいいだろう。
Fine
やっ
then.
とお許しが出たか。面倒な兄貴を持ったちなみちゃんに同情するぜ。
If anything, I'm the one who needs your sympathy.
海水浴は土曜だったな。
Yeah.
夜の張り込みはその後だな。それまで俺は夏休み中でも部活来てる連中に地道に聞き込みでもやってるさ。
Tell me if you get any leads, alright?
なんだよ結局お前も興味あるんじゃねえか。
Not exactly. Although it is a lie to say that I'm not curious at all. At this point, I only have Mare's word to prove that she and the urban legends Grim Reaper are unrelated.
海水浴
Yeah, we're all going there next Saturday. Thus, after I pass Mare the picture of her and Suza that Jinri took last night, I go on to shoot the invitation to her as well. What do you say to coming with us?
いや
Come on, can't you give it some thought instead of just immediately saying no? I don't know if she's contemplating whether or not she wants to, or whether she's just thinking of how to turn me down. Have you ever seen the ocean before?
ここから見えるじゃない。真っ暗だけど。
I've been in it.
ないけど。
It'll be a nice surprise. I mean, I bet you never knew the sea's water is actually really salty, did you?
それくらい知識として知ってるから。
Well, you see, me and all my friends are going to the beach, yeah?
ふーん。
And, like, you'll be coming along too.
勝手に断定しないで。
Apparently, Jinami and some of the others are going shopping for swimsuits tomorrow. Why don't you go and join them?
いや、
Man, I'd really like to see you in a swimsuit.
変態。
Look, I'm not about to get turned on by some little kid.
刺していい。
So you want me to get turned on by you?
そんなわけないでしょ。
Man, aren't you the precocious one?
うるさい、変態くん。
Quickly dodge the scythe she swings my way. Nice try, but I've seen through your technique by now. And when I look back at her, Mare has disappeared. Huh? Shit, don't tell me she left. Bam. Ow! Heavy impact connects with ground on my head.
今夜のあなたもバカバカね。
I turn around and see Mare standing there. What just happened?
後ろに回って鎌の塚で叩いただけよ。
No, not that. Did you teleport or what?
ううん。消えてすぐ現れただけ。
That's called teleportation. She can even pull off a stunt like that.
今夜は星明かりが不安定だから。
Maya looks up at the night sky and murmurs that to herself. I've kind of been wondering this, but you always disappear when the amount of starlight gets scarce, right? So, like, does that work?
そんなの知らない。
You don't know yet you can do it.
そんなものでしょ。あなただって二足歩行の仕組みを知らなくてもできるんじゃない？
True. Maya, can you swim?
そんなの知らない。
I bet you can, just going off of that same principle.
そうかな。
Yeah, and even if you can, I'll gladly teach you.
ほ
Give it some thought. I mean, I'd love to have you.
しょ
We'd
うが
love to
な
have
い
you.
から考えてみてあげる。
Just those words are more than enough for me. Remedial classes are finally over. Now I can actually really relax and enjoy that summer break sense of liberation. The weather is absolutely perfect for a day at the beach, and a strong sea breeze greets us as if fanning us down.
ようちゃん、お待たせ。
Nice. As I'm waiting for the rest of the gang on the shade of the parasol, also arrives first from the beach hut in her swimsuit.
ありがとね。荷物番してもらって。
Well, that's just the responsibility of a guy, seeing how easy I have it when changing compared to you girls. A short distance away is also his dad laying down on a beach towel and waiting for Honchino and Mayaka to arrive. Although the grown-ups aren't changing into swimwear, Honchino and Mayaka only went to buy drinks.
お父さんたち、今日は泳がないんだって。何しに来たんだろうね。
Well, I guess they have a lot to talk about, and the beach just serves as a place they can do that at.
そんなんじゃ、エメラルドグリーンの海が泣いちゃうね。海水がさらに塩っぽくなっちゃうよ。
This beach spans from Ibarigasaki into the neighboring town. For us Ibarigasaki citizens, there's only a short car drive or bicycle ride away. We decided on the time beforehand and just met each other directly at the beach. Are the others here?
小ザメちゃんたちは着替え中だよ。まだ来てないのは岡泉先輩とアスカ君と、あとは葵さん姉妹かな。
What about Setsuna?
来られないって小ザメちゃんが言ってた。
Rather than disappointing, it feels like also already expected that from the start. I'm fucking disappointed. Take a quick look around. The beach being standard fare for summer, there's no surprise that the place is fairly crowded. Though among all those people, I can't spot Mayor's figure. In the end, Mayor never gave me a promise that she'd come. She said she'd give it some thought, and that was it. That was that. Well, then again, I told her where we'd meet up, so I guess she'll just show up if she feels like it. The one worry I have is the fact that I haven't met Mayor during the daylight hours even once yet. I don't really believe it is because of some condition, like only being able to appear at night, aka the kind of stuff you see all the time with ghosts and spirits. I think the real reason I've only met her during night hours to look out is because she's coming there to see the stars. I seriously don't want to make myself believe in some bogus paranormal reason. The boisterous entrance of my wonderful little sister enough to thoroughly erase the tasteful roar of the sea.
見て見てお兄ちゃん、ちなみのお乳の水着だよ。可愛いでしょ、セクシーでしょ。お兄ちゃんが望むならこの姿でエプロンつけたって、お風呂入ってあげたって。
I politely decline. Yeah, whatever, I get it's a pipe-down washboard. It's a critical hit!
よし、勝ってる。
I kind of feel bad for Aso, who's over there desperately trying to lift up her breasts, But honestly, in my eyes, there isn't a significant difference between her and Chinami. Besides that, I really like her to be conscious of the fact that I can see all of this.
二人ともひばりが崎の海は久しぶり？
はい、小学生の時以来です。
私も久しぶりなんだよ。小学生の頃は友達とよく遊びに来てたんだけどね。
It's my first time here.
そうなの？
Yeah, though I can agree it is a little unusual. I haven't ever gone to the beach with friends, as also in Chinami said they had. I turned down all those invitations and hurried straight home. During summer break, I mostly stayed inside the house. That was my grade school life.
ようちゃん、ひばりが崎の海はどう？
Maybe she's asking me because she guessed how I feel. I could answer that question with confidence. It's breathtakingly gorgeous. The great blue sea stretching out as far as the eye can see. The sunlight that shines from above reflecting off of it. It's just like gazing up the starry sky at the lookout. Which is why it honestly takes my breath away.
皆さん、お待たせしました。
Yes!
今日も暑いわね。冷房の効いた部屋でのんびり過ごしたかった。
The Barigazaki sisters have also turned up. Now that there are four of them, I realize I'm surrounded by girls in swimsuits, which, well, makes me feel kind of restless.
ようちゃん、鼻の下。
We'll just kindly do away with false accusations. I tend to feign being a gentleman, but I end up sounding like a criminal feigning innocence instead.
私、姉さんの水着姿が間近で見られて感無量です。冗談でも誤解されるようなこと言わないで。
この二人に負けてるのは知ってたけど、悔しい。
Please, for the love of God, also, don't lift up your breasts.
小笠原くん、もう少しそっちにどけて。
As I make space for it, Hisakaki proceeds to lay face down on the in the shade of the parasol. Are you one of those kind that hates the heat?
暑いのも寒いのも苦手。だから飲み物取って。
Why, the bossy little princes, aren't we?
姉さん、その体勢だと小笠原さんにオイルを塗ってほしいみたいに取られますよ。そんなハレン
チなことやっちゃダメだよ、ようちゃん。
I don't see the shamelessness in that.
皆星さんに言われなくてもさせないわよ。
It's not like I want to in the first place.
なんでよ、子がよ。
Why in God's name does that tick you off?
女のプライドではないでしょうか。いちいち解説しないでお仕置きするわよ。はい、ワクワク。お兄ちゃん、お兄ちゃん、なんならちなみの背中に。
You sure?
ラムネは塗るものでも浴びせるものでもないよ、お兄ちゃん。彼女が小笠原くんの妹のちなみさんね。二人あまり似てないわね。
そっかな。昔のようちゃんだったらちなみちゃんと正反対だけど、今はそっくりだと思うよ。
見た目と性格は似てませんけど、雰囲気は似てますね。
If I goof around with Chinami too much, people will start seeing us as a cast in the same mold. I should be careful.
おはよう、みんな。
Okay, Izumi is the next one to show up as he totters his way over to us.
ああ、この日差しは僕には強すぎる。
先輩、ひ弱ですからね。
ああ、水をくれ。
Seeing that his pupils have widened, I hurriedly passed him the bottle of soda I was using to mess around and splash on Chinami.
姉さん、一人でシートを独占していると岡泉先輩が干上がっちゃいます。この人を怒らせるのだけは回避したいわね。
Izakaki moves from beneath the parasol, followed by Okaizumi flopping himself down on it at once. I actually feel like he should have just not come if it's such a struggle for him just to be here.
何言ってるんだよ。ようちゃんが悪いんだからね。
How?
ようちゃんが言ったんじゃない。今日はテンクル新メンバーの顔合わせも兼ねてるんでしょ。
After saying so, Asuo directs her gaze towards Hizukaki as if to spit in her face over the fact that the Astro Circle has become a club.
ない胸そらせて何言ってるんだか。
まだ発展途上だもん。
身長止まれば胸も止まるんじゃないの？
身長だって伸びてるもん。
1ミリ未満ね。
なんで知ってるんだよ。
ああ、ごめん。それは胸の成長の方だったかしら？だから
なんで知ってるんだよ。
姉さん、生徒会役員ですから。ああ、肩こって仕方ないわ。
どうせ私は肩こるほど大きくないし、中学から一度もブラのサイズ変わってないよ。
そのスレンダーな体つきも素敵です。
Okay, good to know. Kosame is just hella gay for everyone.
コサメちゃんのゆり相手はコモモちゃんでしょ。
The lesbo target is her, not me! You know what? I feel the need to send this to somebody I know. Fuck! I can't! Because pressing F12 for the screenshot just pulls up a fucking menu. Well, it means I can just immediately send it out, I guess. Alright, there's that. Listening to this conversation makes for an awfully awkward situation as a guy.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみのバストも発展途上。
Is this okay?
ラムネかける意味がわからないし、冷たいし、ベタベタして気持ち悪いよ、お兄ちゃん。
He just fucking like grabs by the arm and just yeets her into the ocean.
お、みんな集まって賑やかだな。
Asuka arrives as well, so that means only Aoi and Suzuha are missing now. It's already past the time we agreed upon, and they still haven't shown up.
ちなみに携帯にかけてみるね。
Junimi's call brings the situation to light. Seems that they're on their way here
葵
now.
ちゃんが寝坊して遅れてるみたい。
It's past noon already. I seriously commend her for being able to sleep that long. Shut up!
ちなみも朝弱いけど、今朝はちゃんと早起きできたよ。
Jinimi has the disposition of only being able to get up early when there's an outing of some kind.
葵さんたち待ってた方がいいか
Also is visibly itching to get into the water.
な。葵ちゃん、自分たちは気にせずどうぞって言ってたよ。
The three grown-ups are already chatting away beneath their parasol. My guess is that that means that we are free to go and enjoy ourselves. Well, I guess we'll do that then.
ではでは、これよりテンクルの海水浴を開始します。
No sooner than declaring so, Asuo rushes off towards the water.
っていうか、私はテンクルの部員じゃないんだけど。
俺も違うな。
岡泉先輩、体調はどうですか？
日陰のおかげでだいぶ持ち直したよ。
Jinimi, make sure you do some quick stretches before swimming, alright?
抜かりはないよ、お兄ちゃん。って、なんで誰もついてこないんだよ。
She's now returned with perked up shoulders. Well, we gotta stretch first, right? Don't give me that.
ちなみちゃん、泳ぎは得意？はい、これでも体育は万年5ですから。それじゃあ、私と沖まで競争しよう。先輩だからって手加減しませんよ。
They both run off together. Wait, what happened to stretching first? The two of them plunge into the water, turning a deaf ear to me.
子供ね、まったく。私たちはどうしましょう？
ナンパでもすっか？
No.
ガルハントは？
That's no different.
私たちビーチボールを持ってきてますよ。それ枕代わりじゃなかったんだ。それでもいいですけど、
せっかくですし。私はトロピカルなジュースでも飲んでるわ。
Are you bad at sports?
失礼ね。これでも私は文武両道よ。全員が海に入っていると葵さんたちが来ても気づかないかもしれませんし、皆さんでビーチバレーでもどうですか？
It'll also serve as a good warm-up before getting into the water, so I'm
あ
down.
んまり日に焼けたくないんだけどね。
Hey, don't fucking talk shit about a nice tan.
バレーは対戦形式にしましょう。それならきっと盛り上がりますよ。
Asuka, you win.
これからウォッチングに行くつもりだったけど、しゃあねえな。
Yeah, what is that camera strapped around his neck for? As for Kosame, I guess it's asking too much.
僕は観戦しているよ。
So as it turns out, we're gonna play some beach volleyball for a bit while waiting for Aoi and Suzuha. This just reminds me of the fucking like volleyball lessons, where I for some reason managed to be on the winning team because the other fucking team couldn't deal with my serve. I don't know why, but they were just unable to like. My serve was so irregular somehow that they just could not get used to it and continuously like fucking lost, like racked up, and so that we just continuously racked up points as I did the fucking serve. That was that was so fucking funny. Like every time it was time for us to like, I was like in the front at the mat actually no, I think it was more towards the back if I remember correctly. I don't remember correctly right now. But every time it was time for serves, the team was just like, yep, here. And it just fucking starts again. Like, I don't know what was up that day, but it was funny as fuck. And then I stopped participating in PE because of fucking goddamn fistle. I don't know what it's called in English. Basically, this thing that was the reason for my surgery back here. There's probably some people at this point already watching the channel that hear that and are like, what the fuck is he talking about? So, I already read that.
4人ですから、チームは分けやすいですね。
Who's with who?
この配置でいいんじゃない？
Which means it'll be me and Asuka versus the Hisakaki.
それだと俺らの方が有利じゃねえか？
Yeah, guys tend to inherently have more stamina and strength. So
小笠原くんは知らないけど、アスカくんの運動能力は並じゃない。問題ないわ。
俺のこと知ってるのかよ。ほとんど面識ねえのに。
生徒会役員だから。
こももちゃんって呼べばいいのか？
それだけは絶対やめて。試合前ですし、落ち着いてください。こもも姉さん。その呼ばれ方初めてなんだけど。
Hisakaki, you're basically digging your own grave if you go and waste all your energy now.
ビーチバレーは体力よりも俊敏性と反射神経が重要じゃない。この際、腕力も関係ありませんよね。
True, since it isn't a real volleyball, even if you spike it as hard as you can, you won't get much speed anyway. So the difference in stamina and strength between guys and girls doesn't really give an advantage either. I mean, stamina, yes. Strength, not so much.
頼りにしてます、姉さん。ま、適当に頑張るわ。負けたら相手チームから好き放題オイルを塗られる罰ゲームもありますし。
What?
聞いてないんだけど。
小笠原、狙うのは小雨さんだ。話を聞くに運動神経は姉よりもずっと劣る。
The way you relentlessly have your eyes set on victory with that super serious look makes you, honest to God, more dazzling than the rays of the sun.
ルールは3点取った方の勝ち。それではサーブしますね。ち 罰ゲームなんかやらないからね。
勝てばいいんです姉さん。
勝ってもメリットないじゃない。
若い男子のみずみずしい肉体を好き放題触れますよ。
私そんな趣味ないから。
Oh, all that smack talk, then you don't even have the guts to back it up. How sad.
好き放題触られたいんだ。
Wait, no, that's obviously not what I mean. What the heck, you guys? Don't just casually step away from me.
姉さん、二人であの変態を退治しましょう。
そうね、風紀を乱して問題を起こされる前に。
これで全員やる気になったな。さすがは小雨さん。
But the price I'm paying for this is absurdly high.
勝ったらお前にオイル券譲ってやっから。
Don't rub salt in the wound by making it sound like I'm dying to touch them all over.
久垣姉妹がもだえる姿を俺が写真に撮って売りさばくからよ。分け前は半々だ。
この変態どもには絶対負けない。
Behind Hizakaki, her face red with rage, the ball flies up in the air from Kosame's hands.
俺らも本気になるぞ。
I'd like to clear up this misunderstanding first,
ま
though.
さか俺がレシーブすっから通すだ。
I set the ball after Asuka's serve and make the ball soar up above Asuka's head.
恨みはねえが覚悟。
Asuka's spike assaults Kosame.
見え見えなのよ。
Covering Kosame, Hizakaki dives to bump the ball.
素敵です姉さん。
いいから早くトス上げて。
Kosame hits the ball and Hizakaki nimbly gets up and starts an approach
い
run.
け。
Following a high jump, she arches her body backwards. Man, that boss, she really makes her nice rack stick out. Having bent back sufficiently, she then swings her arm down.
何撮ってるのよ。
Hizakaki hits empty air.
一点向こうに入ってしまいました。
カメラのフラッシュでめくらますなんて卑怯でしょ。
作戦通り久垣の胸揺れ写真をゲットだぜ小笠か。
What the hell? Don't act like I'm your partner in crime
さあ
here!
次もビーチバレーという名のウォッチングに勤しむぜ。
Hizakaki knocks his camera out of his hands and crushes it under her foot.
相棒。
He clings to the tragic remains of his camera, weeping sorrowfully.
さすがに切れそうだわ。生きて帰れるとは思わないことね、子がよ。
All of that was Asuka's doing! I had no part in it at all!
サーブして。
Turning a deaf ear to me, the ball comes flying from Kosame. Asuka, the ball's coming.
お前のことは生涯忘れねえよ相棒。
This is not the time to be digging a grave for your camera! Asuka clearly isn't going to be any help, so I have no other choice but to hit it directly to the other side again.
敵が一人しかいない今がチャンス。
Kosame tosses the ball up after Hizaki's receive, followed by Hizaki dancing through the air after following its trajectory with her
これ
eyes.
で同点。
I get ready to receive the ball while on pins and needles, fretting whether her bikini top would come off from her continually bending her back like that. Guess she means to aim at Asuka's zone, which wasn't covered. Once she hits the ball, I'll just have to immediately do a dive in that direction.
もらった。
勝ったら私は男子の代わりに姉さんのお肌にオイル塗らせてもらいますね。
手ワキワキさせて何言ってんの。
Hizaki hits empty air.
さらに一点向こうに入ってしまいました。
あなたのせいでしょ。
しょんぼりです。
帰ったらお仕置きだからね。
ワクワク。
On the other side of the field, my planned dive was merely ended with me plunging into the sandhill Asuka has built as a grave for me, putting too much momentum into it.
相棒。
He clings to the remains while weeping bitterly once more.
向こうにリーチかかっちゃったじゃない。
ですが姉さん、ハスカさんが戦力外となった今、敵は小笠坂さん一人です。
私には背後にも敵がいるような気がするけど。
姉さんの背後霊さんは反抗期ですね。
あなたのことよ。
In response to Kosame's serve, the ball comes flying down at me. With Asuka still useless, I'm forced to hit the ball directly back.
コサメレシーブ。姉さんトスをお願いします。くらえ小笠原くん。私のスパイクが飛ばされています。姉さん、あなた私に比べるとうんちだし空振りそうだから。しょんぼりです。
Sometimes I have trouble figuring out whether these sisters are on good or bad terms. I somehow managed to get Hizukaki's spike and launch the ball up.
コサメレシーブ。ツーン。すねてないでボール上げてお願いだから。勝ったらおさわりしていいですか？オイルでもおさわりでも何でもいいから早くしてよ。ボール落ちちゃう。小笠原さん覚悟してください。
Kosame's eyes blaze up and she throws the ball up to the perfect spot.
これでまず1点。
Not on my watch, you don't! As expected, her spike comes shooting down towards the weeping Asuka's face, and I succeed in getting the ball just in the nick of time.
コサメもう一回レシーブ。ツーン。なんでまだすねてるの？大切なお話があるんです。してないと思われるかもしれませんが、こんな余裕のない時にどういう嫌がらせ。できましたら私がおさわりする際は水着を脱いでいただけると大変嬉しく。できるわけないでしょ。しょんぼりです。
Kosame's dispirited receive passes over Hizukaki and comes flying towards me. Perfect!
コサメ後で覚えておきなさいよ。
The ball is flying at just the right trajectory for me to make a spike. Victory is ours!
させない。
Presumably having anticipated that aim at Kosame, Hizukaki easily gets the ball.
コサメトス上げて。姉さんが水着を脱いでくれないんだ。わかったから人気のないところで3秒だけ脱いであげるから。その3秒のためなら私は火にも飛び込めます。
Kosame's eyes blaze up once more. With no more lucky balls flying my way anymore, I become unable to spike satisfactorily. Maybe in the lead, but the situation is only going to get progressively worse, culminating in our eventual defeat. There has to be some way to turn the tables. There just has to be. As for why I'm so hung up about winning, it has absolutely nothing to do with me wanting to touch Izukaki. I just don't want to get touched by her. God, just thinking about the embarrassment makes me want to die. As I am trying to come up with a solution to how to overturn the situation, my eyes meet with Kosame when she sets the ball. Make eye contact with her. I'll let you have the right of putting the sun lotion on Hizukaki, so just let me win. You'll be able to touch her however long you want instead of just 3 seconds.
スパイクの前に姉さんのビキニをこっそりほどけばいいんですね。オッケーです、小笠原さん。
Conveys to her in a preposterous form.
子がよ。
I'm not the one who thinks up the exact details for the execution!
それじゃ大筋は当たってるってことじゃない。今のうちに。はあ、本気で姉さん、このままではボールが落ちてしまいます。誰のせいよ。
Since Hizukakis don't have the time to spike, the ball returns to our side while throwing a slow arc. Another perfect chance! Now aim at Kosame, but she still gets the ball. She's even more agile than I imagined.
コサメ、ボールお願い。姉さん、ダイビングボレーの連続で球のお肌がこんなに汚れて。なんでしなだれかかってくるの？汚れた姉さんも垂涎者です。いいから早くボール拾ってよ。夏の熱気に当てられたんでしょうか。私もう我慢できません。水着脱がさな。ダメ。触らな。直接はダメ。
The ball heartlessly rolls along the ground.
ついに3点取られてしまいました。
Our team has claimed a flawless victory. While I'm doing a fist pump, Hizukaki fixes her disheveled bikini top with tears of shame in her eyes.
小雨、一体どういうつもりなの？桑原。ちゃんと説明して。小笠原さんに勝たせないと体の隅々までオイル塗ってやるって脅されて。
I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back.
子がよ。
I'm begging you, don't believe her. That's slander.
脅迫は犯罪。よって罰ゲームは無効だからね。
You just wanted to say that line?
相棒、成仏しろよな。
Asuka is crestfallen. Hisakaki is at wit's end and is yelling at me when, with a brimming smile on her face, Kosame says,
海水浴って楽しいですね。
In the end, it turns out to be a beach volleyball game that leaves only Kosame as the winner.
こういうの眼福と言うんだろうね。
I stand corrected. There appears to be one more satisfied person.
遅れました。
As we are taking a breather, Aoi and Suzuna finally arrive.
すみません。遅刻してしまって。
Oh, no, you don't have to apologize for that, Suzuha.
うん。鈴葉は悪くない。
But it actually is the fault of the person soothing Suzuha by stroking her head, namely Aoi's.
彼女が葵くんだね。昔の面影が残っていたからすぐに分かったよ。
Okaizumi comes out from the parasol as shade.
お久しぶりでいいよね。
よくありません。初対面ですし。
覚えてないかな。科学館の天文クラブで一緒だった岡泉春人だよ。
岡泉。
思い出してくれたかな。
確か科学館が閉館になるときにテロ未遂で捕まった人か、そんな名前だったような。
それはきっと同姓同名の別人だね。僕がそんな過激な行為を働くわけがない。
Knowing him, I'd say he would hands down.
昔の君は無口だったけど今はそうでもないように見えるね。
そんな変わってないと思いますけど。
あの頃にあったような拒絶の雰囲気が和らいだように感じるよ。
うざい。
君と普通に話せて嬉しいよ。
死んだらいいと思います。
ゾクゾクするよ。
Oh no, he's a masochist. Aoi is visibly frightened. I don't think this conversation he is holding with her constitutes an actual conversation.
入部届の名前を確認した時にも気づいたけど、あなた校内にタロットカードを持ち込んだ1年よね。どちら様でしょう。白を切るつもりね。来学期の持ち物検査は覚えておきなさいよ。わかりました、小桃先輩。名前は別に覚えなくていいから。お姉ちゃん、失礼なことばかり言っちゃダメだよ。心配いりませんよ。喧嘩じゃありませんから。はい。
At times like these, Kosame's support comes in handy.
二人はああ見えて仲良しなんですよ。はい。だからその玉のお肌にオイル塗ってもよろしいですか？
No, back up! That is literally zero logical
誤
connection.
解される前に言っておきますが、小ヶ坂さんにオイルを塗るのもやぶさかではありませんよ。
Kosame's defense range extends widely in all directions. Also, and Chinami haven't returned yet, which gets me wondering where they've swum off to. What? I've never seen that form of swim, so I don't know if it exists or not. Maybe it does. I'm not sure right now. I'll just blame it on the alcohol if push comes to shove. As for Asuka, he's disappeared off somewhere with a second camera in hand in order to do what he calls gawking. Oh, you can take Suzu and go swimming.
先輩は？
I'm gonna rest a bit. The beach volleyball match we had just now was a bit too intense.
おかげで体がほてってたまりません。あなたが言うと卑猥な意味に聞こえるわね。
You'll probably come across Chinami if you go swim, so just go and enjoy yourselves together.
はい。お姉ちゃん、行こう。願わくば会いませんように。
Aoi joins hands with Suzuha and grudgingly walks away.
ドリンクでも買ってこようか。みんなの分も一緒に。
Oh, in that
お代は
case.
結構。バレエでは面白いものを見せてもらったからね。 お礼におごるよ。
Yuzukaki's face gets remarkably
それじゃ
red.
行ってくるよ。
Okaizumi's back grows distance.
いへへへへ。このあられもない写真をネタにテンクルの部費を大幅ゲットだ。
Yuzakaki chased after Okaizumi like a jetliner, knocks the cell phone out of his hands, and crushes it under his foot.
僕の3代目の携帯が。
今度やったら先輩を踏み潰しますからね。
He'll welcome that. Okaizumi has lost his spirit and starts to fiddle with a puzzle ring, to which Yuzakaki responds with a before heading straight back to here. Like, are you aiming for the world record in crushing stuff or what?
どれもこれも正当防衛でしょ。
Your current record is 3 cell phones from Okaizumi, 1 camera from Mosca, and 1 camera from Chinami. Sheesh.
ちなみさんのカメラなんか知らないわよ。
Alright, that was me.
やっぱりテンクルなんかを部にするんじゃなかったわね。風紀を乱すのが目に見えてるじゃない。
そんな目くじら立てないでください。クラッシャーこもも姉さん。
呼び名が長くなってるんだけど。
I promise you, Okaizumi is only doing what he does because he wants the best for the Astro Circle Crusher Hisakaki.
リングネームみたいだからやめてくれる？
On that note, I hit the palm of my hand with my fist. Following his example, I also want to do something for the Astro Circle.
嫌な予感がするわね。
While her gut feelings read, can you please find a way to get us permission to use the rooftop? Hisakaki heaves a
2学期
sigh.
まで待ちなさいって話さなかったかしら？
Yeah, to which I think I told you that it'd be too late.
あなた、ここまで来るとテンクル中毒者ね。
While honestly, the Astro Circle itself is like a get-together for stargazing addicts.
ジャンキー小ヶ坂さんですね。
And now I've received my wrestler name. All you gotta do is hold a quick student council meeting on attendance day and get permission. Easy like 1, 2, 3.
そんな簡単に言わないで。
For someone like you, it's probably a piece of cake, I guarantee it.
勝手に保証しないで。
Pretty please, I swear I'll definitely return the favor.
すでに貸しが一つあると思うんだけど。
Then I'll owe you 2 favors.
その言葉に偽りは？
Oh, absolutely. I apply my gentleman technique.
ふーん。貸し借りという名の取引ってわけね。
Her face forms a devilish
生徒会
grin.
に入ってもらうくらいじゃ借りを返したことにならないからね。
Well, I guess that means I am in for a seriously unreasonable demand. Don't give me something stupid like quit the Astro Circle.
言ってもやめないんでしょ？そんな不毛なことしないわ。
Keep it within the boundaries of
愚
fairness.
問ね。それじゃあ
私が用意しますね。
なんで水着脱がそうとする
オイルを塗ってもらうんですよね。
のよ。それで喜ぶのはあなただけでしょ？
Wait, so hold on. That implies that Kosame would be happy about your putting sun lotion on Komomo? How does that work?
小ヶ坂さん、やっちゃってください。
羽がいじめにしないで。
She's putting her with a fucking Nelson? You girls sure seem to be having fun.
肩紐外すな。見えちゃう。見ないでよ、小ヶ坂くん。
Don't have to ask me, I'm not. Bam! Don't kick me in the face!
目がエロかった。
Didn't you listen? I just said I wasn't looking.
微妙な女心というやつですね。
いいから話しなさい。暑苦しい。耳に息吹きかけないで。
小ヶ坂さん、その気になりましたか？
Oh, really? Bam. What the hell are you doing?
見ないでよ。
I know it was!
目がエロかった。
Entirely your imagination!
コサメ、いい加減話さないと後でひどいわよ。
どんとこいです。
いや、ビキにずらすな。はい、やだ。本当に見えちゃうから。
Oh, you don't want me to see your tits, Izakaki, then you should give us permission to use the rooftop. Bam. Oh, I was obviously just
タ
kidding.
ッチが悪いにも程があるわよ。
Rabbit of kicking others is nasty.
私をこれ以上怒らせると取引自体やめるからね。
Kosame look over.
しょんぼりです。
なんだよ、もう終わりか？
Izakaki, now released from Kosame's hands, knocks the camera Asuka is holding right out of his hands and crushed it under her foot. And her record increases yet again. Back on topic, what is your demand? Is it enough for me to console the two disheartened guys that have fallen prey to your ways?
自業自得の二人よりこの私を慰めてほしいわよ。
大胆です姉さん。
そっちの意味じゃないでしょ。
So do you want me to rub your head and tell you it'll be alright?
私は子供か。
大人の女として扱った上で慰めてほしいそうです。
あなたもう喋らなくていいから。
Asking that out of the blue is kind of a turn off for me though. Why did you kick me with your heel? I feel like my nose is close to bleeding now.
姉さん、結局何を要求するんですか？
私の仕事を手伝ってもらうわ。照れる意味がわからないのよ。
Student council work by any chance?
いいえ、
Izakaki forms a nastier smile than
神
ever.
社の仕事。私の代わりに境内の打ち水と掃除よろしく。
Sure, I can do that.
やけに即決ね。
Just until attendance day is good enough, right?
まあね。
私たちは夏祭りの準備がありますから、打ち水と掃除まではなかなか手が回らないんですよね。
それに夏は暑くてたまらないから。
That's exactly the way you sprinkle water, right?
そうよ、お願いね。
That'll lead to the Astro Circle being able to do activities, then it's a small price to
取
pay.
引成立。
Sure do.
後でやめましたなんてのはなしよ。
Same goes for you. It is a big relief that a demand isn't anything unreasonable. I'm counting on you to get us permission in exchange for sprinkling water and sweeping, that is.
誰もそれだけが要求とは言ってないけどね。
What?
要求はまだあるから。
Then what's this other demand you have?
もう一つとも言ってないけどね。
Belatedly so, I realized she set me
さ
up.
っきのが一つ目の要求でしょ。二つ目、三つ目、四つ目以降の要求はまあ思いついたら教えるわ。ちなみに登校日が来るまで目いっぱい働いてもらうからそのつもりで。
Just a demand. Her demand, or rather demands, has turned out to be beyond unreasonable.
それとこれから先私の命令を一度でも聞かなかったらこの話はなかったことになるから。
Demands has changed to orders.
じゃあ屋上の使用は諦める？
Hearing that, the only thing I can do is comply.
ようちゃん、こさめちゃん、みんなも泳ごうよ。
ハショウさんのご帰還ですね。
あれ、なんかようちゃん落ち込んでる。っていうか、あっちで岡泉先輩、こっちでアスカくんも落ち込んでる。ほーんと、近頃の男子はだらしないわね。
姉さんが言うと説得力がありますね。
Essentially changing places with Aso, Izakaki steps out from under the parasol. Ready to swim?
せっかくだしね。小ヶ坂くんとの話もついたようだし、騒がしいのも来たことだし。誰のことだよ。自分のことだって分かってるじゃない。
姉さん、私もご一緒します。
海の中でまで妙なことしたらただじゃおかないわよ。はい、
ワクワク。
Two of them walk off together a while after all is said and done, actually giving off the appearance of being really close sisters.
ようちゃんも行こうよ。
I don't mind. You don't want to sit down. I don't mind. You don't want to sit down to take a break, though?
まだまだ平気。夜までだって泳いでられるよ。
You sure have energy for
よ
days.
うちゃんも元気になろ
Where's Jinami?
うよ。さっき葵さんと合流してたよ。
Looks like Aoi's prayer is all for naught.
葵さんの妹さん、鈴葉ちゃんって言うんだよね。かわいいね。
And she's super polite, too. I'd trade Jinami for her any day of the week.
ちなみちゃんだって可愛くて優しいじゃない。鈴葉ちゃんに泳ぎ教えてたし、私もあんな妹欲しかったな。
Is he gonna, like, throw out a line like, oh, feel free to treat her like your little sister or something, and she's just gonna completely misunderstand it? I'd gladly hand her over with a ribbon on top.
ようちゃん、
Oh, no.
まだ休んでたいんだったら、いいもの貸してあげよっか。ゴムバータ。空気入れるから待っててね。
She unfolds the bolt that is placed at the corner of the sheet and connects a hand pump to it and starts to inflate it.
これ使えば、休みながらでも一緒に海に入れるもんね。
But getting into the boat as a guy while having a girl push you is sort of, yeah.
いいのいいの。それ。
You proceed over the water with me in quite the miserable position. When waves hit the boat, the water splashes down on me, which feels really nice on my sun-singed skin.
それそれ。
You've presumably gotten to pretty deep parts by now, as Aso has shifted to swimming from walking, pushing the boat forward with flutter kicks. Looks like we've gone pretty far out already. There aren't any other people around. How far do you plan on going?
この辺りでいいかな。
Does she have a specific criteria in mind for how we'll go? For how far we'll go? Also stops swinging, grabs onto the boat with her arms. Can you stand?
つかないみたい。
Will you be alright?
それそれ。
She splashes water on me. Hey, stop that! The bowl will sink if you do too much water. If you get too much water in it.
ようちゃん泳げないの？
No, I can. It's just that getting back in the boat after it flipping over won't be fun.
それそれ。
She isn't listening. After I go along with splashing water for a while, also checks out our surroundings. There isn't a single soul in our vicinity anymore.
静かだね。
The surface is glistening as silver, glistening a silver color, as if it is covered with gems. Well, talking is hard. It's like it's like we are floating right over top of a starlit sky, and we have it all to ourselves. Sensation over this sensation is probably supposed to say. This sensation overwhelms me. This is far out. How far out also has taken me.
私もさすがに疲れちゃったかな。
Want to change places? Also shakes her head.
そこ乗っていい？
So you do want to change places.
一緒に乗っていい？
Isn't this boat just for one person? Before I even have the chance to ask her, also has got not onto the boat. I expect her to sit on the other side with her back towards me. I just wanted to like come down on the button, but the stand I have my monitors on was in the way. Then she came in like, oh yes, I'm going to press the button. Shit. Why was the fucking number still there? Fuck off. But right now, her back is right in front of me. Her body is between my legs. Since the boat is so tiny, this position makes it where I could embrace her by merely wrapping my arms round in front of me. Hey, Asuho? She doesn't speak at all. Can't see her face. So I have no idea what she's thinking right now. The boat rocks a bit. Because the mast is unevenly slanted towards one side, the boat rocks unsteadily. Every time that happens, our bodies come into contact. Since we are both in swimwear, not much of our skin is covered by clothing, which results in my bare chest touching her bare back. Also, waves hit the boat, yet the ensuing sound of them doesn't even register for me. My heart is so noisy that it is blocking out every other sound. In this world that consists of nothing but the throbbing of my heart, also his voice alone reaches my ears
私に
perfectly.
はちょっと は早すぎたかな。段階飛ばしすぎたかな。
Steps? What is she talking about?
一度ね、やってみたかったんだよ。男子と一緒にボート乗るの。やってみたかったの。
Just gone to the house of a guy to pick him up, but it was too early for her to step into the house, so she skipped over that and instead got on an inflatable boat together with a guy. So far, the guy is all those scenarios has been me.
心臓、すごいドキドキだよ。
Are these steps she's talking about a reflection of the degree to which the action makes her heart race?
嫌なら言ってね。すぐ降りるから。
So I managed to squeeze out a voice from between my parched lips. Well, it's not like I have anything against it.
そうじゃあ、このままがいい。
An unusually big wave arrives. The boat rocks so heavily that it seems on the verge of flipping over if our balance isn't restored. The boat leans. There is nothing to grab onto to prevent us from falling into the water. There isn't, but... But I know what the fucking reply is the right reply here is gonna be, since we know whom I'm going for first. Fucking cable. I'm not talking about the hero. Anyways, Hoshizora no Memoria route guide. Also, we've actually run into a bit of an issue. Basically, my package that my copy of Hoshizora Mimira has already arrived at the Tensou warehouse. But they can't send it until it's confirmed, until they have my address confirmed. But the issue is that they only have it or will keep it in their warehouse for free for 30 days. That is an issue. A big one. Yeah, I can't possibly do that. Is the right one here. And go ahead and tell her is the last one. For her, I'd have to cling on tight. So yeah, we're going with I can't possibly do that. Scandalous. There was no way I could do that. I mean, the only thing I had to cling on to was... By the time the wave has passed us, we have both fallen into the water. After that, we grab onto the turned-over boat until Chinami, who has been looking for us, appears. Also, keeps silent the whole time with a beet-red face.
シノさんがね、スイカ買ってきたからスイカ割りしようだって。だからお兄ちゃんのこと探してたんだよ。
Oh, I see. After we get back to the shore and put the boat away, Aso hurriedly heads under the parasol. In the meantime, Aso has kept her face glued to the ground with no sort of conversation going between us. But I was sure that, given a little time, she'd return to her usual smile. When similar things have happened before, that was how it has always gone.
アスホ先輩、顔真っ赤だけどどうかしたの？
It's nothing.
お兄ちゃんも顔赤いけど日焼け？
Never mind that. What about the watermelon splitting? Didn't you say that we were gonna do that?
スイカ掲げて今にもちなみの頭に振り下ろしそうだよお兄ちゃん。それスイカ割りって言わないよ。何やってるんですか一体。準備できましたけど。
Aoi and Suzuha have also returned to the beach and brought with them a stick and a bandana they apparently got from Monchino. Alright, guess I'll go place the watermelon somewhere over there.
ねえねえ、誰がスイカ割る？やりたい人いる？あなたが一番割りたそうに見える。私たちは指示係ですね。じゃあみんなの力を合わせて一発でスイカ割りを成功させようね。
Let's go, Chinami.
スイカが砂に埋まって見えなくなってるよお兄ちゃん。早速チームワークを乱そうとするお兄ちゃんの頭をかち割りたくなったよ。
Some words of encouragement come from beneath the parasol. It is also cheering us on. She seems back to her usual self, which in turn makes me heave a sigh of relief inside my mind. Okaizumi is over there too, keenly peering over at us with interest. The group of grown-ups is also watching us from there, somewhat further away. Parasol.
それじゃあ始めるよ。葵ちゃん、目隠しお願い。これでいい？葵ちゃん、息が苦しいよ。スイカ割りの鉢巻きは首じゃなくて目に巻くのが正しいんだよ。本当にありがとうございました。お礼の意味を深く考えたくないよ、葵ちゃん。そんなことしちゃダメだよ、お姉ちゃん。鈴葉、私があなたの目を覚まさせてあげるからね。ちなみさんをいじめるお姉ちゃんなんか大嫌い。
Aoi collapses with a pale face.
私はただ鈴葉のためを思って。
Oh, Aoi. Kids only come to understand their parents' actions when they become adults.
鈴葉ちゃん、鉢巻きの後ろ結んでくれる？はい。
With Jinami ready to go, we commence our customary must-have beach game of watermelon splitting.
ちなみさん、そのままです。そのまままっすぐです。
Just for the expressions on these people.
こっち？まっすぐって言ってるのに、なんで左右にフラフラするの？だって前が見えないから、まっすぐがどっちかわからなくなってるんだよ。足を前に出すだけでしょ？こっち？バックしてます。戻ってきてます、ちなみさん。前後不覚にも程がある。前が見えないから、前がどっちかわからないよ。これはもうみんなの協力が不可欠だよ。このままだとちなみのスイカが暗闇の彼方に逃げていっちゃうよ。
Listen, Jinami.
待ってたよ、お兄ちゃん。
Think about what hand you hold your chopsticks in. Now that's forward.
余計わからなくなったよ、お兄ちゃん。落ち着いてください、ちなみさん。鈴葉の言う通り、落ち着いて聞いて。ちなみを助けて、葵ちゃん。右舷選手15度20メートル、主砲旋回0度、仰角35度、発射、撃沈、目標沈黙 OK。 新米スイカ割り人のちなみには荷が重すぎる暗号だよ。ちなみさん、それで合ってます。目標にちゃんと近づいてます。ちなみはやればできる子だったよ。
Our plans get foiled every time, huh?
早急に次の手を考えなければ。
Well, I guess it'd be easy enough if I just took the watermelon and made a run for
です
it.
が、それはエレガントではありません。
Yeah, it seems like some nasty harassment, so we'd better save that as our last resort.
なんで二人ともちなみさんを助けるどころか足を引っ張ろうとするんですか？
We both rubbed Suzuha's head to gloss over it.
みんな、指示がないよ。ちなみそろそろ不安になってきたよ。このままあえて指示を出さずに、いかにもみんな飽きて違うことやってますという状況を作り出すのはどうでしょう。
She's already feeling scared enough as is with her side taken from her, and you want to rob her of her hearing on top of that? Your mercilessness moves me to tears.
では、私は飲み物でも買ってきます。そんなことするお姉ちゃんなんか大嫌い。ちなみさん、頑張って。
I am moved to tears yet again, this time by the sight of Aoi as she begins to cheer Chinami on with an awkward smile on her face, all for the sake of her little sister. Chinami, stop fooling around and wrap it up already!
バカなことやってたのはお兄ちゃんたちでしょ。
You're only a few steps away from the goal. You're a little too far to the right though, so move to the left some. No, not that way. Left is the side you hold your rice bowl on.
そんなの、ちなみは茶碗博士じゃないんだからわかるわけないよ。ちなみさん、バックしてます。戻ってきてます。頑張って。
A copious amount of cold sweat is streaming down Aoi's face. It appears her forced smile is about to reach its limits. Just stop relying on your hearing already. It's only counterproductive to you.
それじゃあみんなの協力を仰げないよ。
No worries, we believe in you, Chinami. We're always right by your side. That's why even without your sight and hearing, there's absolutely nothing to worry about.
お兄ち
Just believe in it. Believe in your sense of smell.
ゃん。わかった。ありがとう、お兄ちゃん。って犬じゃないだからできるわけないじゃない。
それで合ってますちなみさん。今目標に到達しました。
Wow, really?
残念そうな声が聞こえるよ、お兄ちゃん。
ちなみさん、棒を振り下ろしてください。頑張って。
Time has finally come for us to band together. Jinami clubs the watermelon off into the distance with a perfect golf swing.
うわぁ。ちなみさん。
Literally, why would you? Waves of criticism surged.
手応えバッチリだよ。みんなのおかげでちなみは友情と努力と勝利をつかむことができたんだよ。
After she throws those 3 principles down the drain, I have Jinami go retrieve the watermelon she lobbed out into the sea. When evening rolls around, we have dinner at a cabana hut. This is my first time eating together with so many people, so while it is fun, it's also making me feel a little restless. After eating, I step out of the hut before the others. The number of people at the beach has dwindled down to just a few. Since the temperature went down with the sun, the sand, which was scorching hot during the day, has become a nice cool temperature and is comfortable to walk on. With that, I don't even need a beach towel. I sit down right there in the sand. Doing that, I gaze out the orange-tinted sea as it stretches forever outwards. All the while, I'm just silently looking at the sun as it slowly disappears beyond the horizon. I tilt my head up and pinpoint the evening star.
これが海、ひばりが崎の海。真っ暗じゃないのは初めて見る。
A short while passes and the sun falls completely below the horizon. However, even with the sun gone from sight, the horizon remains bright. While both sea and sky are coated in the blackness of night, the horizon alone radiates a pale, faint light. It is that afterglow which splits the world in two, a boundary line, proof that even though the sky and earth bear the same colors, they each remain their separate domain.
これが
Somehow the sight, maybe it expresses the boundary line between me and Mare. Even some ridiculous thought of that nature has found its way into my mind. The sight of the horizon upon sunset is simply that
これ
impactful.
が夜空に変わる前の世界の色。
Mare,
何？
if you were to take a guess, how far would you say the horizon is?
すごく遠いんじゃないの？
How far exactly?
100キロくらい。
Nope, it's actually only 5. That's the answer you get upon calculating it using the Pythagorean theorem and the radius of the Earth.
頭でっかち。
The horizon is far closer than we ever imagined. It's right before our eyes. And even as close as it is, it's infinitely far away. It's just a mere 5 kilometers out, but no matter how far we go, I'm positive we'd never reach it. I haven't seen a sunset proper before today. Not back in the city. Not even going further back in the past when we used to live in Hibarigasaki.
何突然笑い出してるの？
Well, I was just kind of thinking, like, man, it sure was a waste that I passed up on something like this.
何が？
The sea wasn't all that close to where we used to live in the city, but I never went to the beach before with friends like today. There were pools, but with all the people around, you didn't have much freedom with where you could swim. Here in Hibarigasaki, though, it's completely different. I've only come to realize that now. Seeing how you can get such a beautiful sight like this, past the icing on the cake, it really makes me regret not having come here back as a kid. The moment Mare starts to open her mouth to say something, a large number of voices resound from behind us.
うわー、何これ。こんなの見たことないよ。
ああ
すっごく綺麗。日没なんて初めて見るかもね。こんな風景があったんですね。
写真に撮るのもためらっちまうな。
冒涜のような気さえするね。
ずっと見てると怖くなる。
The afterglow gradually grows weaker. The boundary line has begun to dissolve into the darkness that encloses it from above and below. It leaves a regrettable feeling having this light disappear. While being struck with a little bit of anguish that resembles longing, we keep gazing at it until the very end. After that, we hear Auntie Shino's voice, which is followed by Mayaka and also his dad's. They brought fireworks, apparently. Is no one gonna, like, question Mayor? Mayor, though, has disappeared by now, unbeknownst to me. Oh, okay. We then light a brilliance on the beach that is in no way inferior to the horizon's afterglow, still vivid in our memories.
おはようございます、せつな先輩。
あ、おはよう。
海水浴、楽しかったですよ。
よかったじゃないか。
せつな先輩にも来てほしかったです。
君も知っているだろ。私はあまりひばりが崎の住民と関わり合いを持ちたくないんだ。
お仕事柄ですか？
ああ、今の仕事が終われば私はここを去るからな。
情が移ると離れたくなくなるからですか？
美化すればそういうことだ。
美化しないと？
どうせ去る土地なのだから私にとっては価値がない。不満そうだな。
はい、とても不満です。
なら謝っておくさ。
お仕事はいつ頃終わりそうですか？
可能ならすぐにでも終わらせたいが、遅くとも君たちがひばり校を卒業するまでには終わらせたいものだ。
あと1年半といったところですね。
そうだな。
その前にせつな先輩は卒業してしまいますね。
私としてはそちらの方がありがたいな。
それも先ほど話した情が理由ですか？
ああ。
せつな先輩のお仕事はとても暇そうですので、授業はいい暇つぶしになるんじゃないですか？
そうかもしれないな。
暇でしたらテンクルの活動に参加しませんか？
仕事で忙しいから遠慮しよう。
矛盾してますよね。
要するに口実ということだな。
本人が肯定しないでください。
私はひばり校に通うつもりはなかった。まやかさんに言われなければ、ただ陰で機会を待つだけでよかったんだ。機会を待って仕事を完遂できればそれでよかったんだ。
母はそれを良しとしなかったわけですね。
いい迷惑だよ。
私は母に感謝しています。
なぜ？
せつな先輩とこうして知り合いになれたからですよ。友達になれたからですよ。
私を無理やりテンクルに所属させたのもそれが理由なのか？
はい。
本当にいい迷惑だな。
はい。
それで私をここに呼び出した要件は何だ？
せつな先輩のご機嫌伺いですよ。
それだけではないだろう。
はい。せつな先輩はもう知っていると思いますが、最近この展望台を訪れる人が多くなっています。
そのようだな。厄介な展開になったものだ。
せつな先輩はその理由を知っていますか？
いや、小ヶ坂陽に関係していることはわかるが、
彼を中心に皆さんで星見をしているからですよ。でもそれはあまり問題ではないんです。テンクルの活動が本格的に始まれば、皆さんはひばり校の屋上にその場を移すはずですから。それよりももっと大きな問題があるんです。
なんだ？
ここには 死神が出るそうですよ。
死神？
はい。大きな鎌を持った死神の少女です。小ヶ坂さんはどうも彼女に会いにこの展望台を訪れているようです。ですからテンクルの活動が始まっても小ヶ坂さんだけはここを訪れることをやめないかもしれません。
死神というのはひばり港で噂されている都市伝説の死神か？
それはわかりません。
私も何度か展望台に入ったことはあるが、そんなものに一度も出会ったことはないぞ。
死神は夜にしか出ないそうですよ。
君は会ったことがあるのか？
はい。海水浴の日に短い時間ですが見かけました。ですから展望台だけに現れるということではないようです。この死神は刹那先輩のお仕事に関係ありますか？
どうだろうな。だが可能性はある。なんといってもこの地には君らの聖天宮がある。
はい。
私も少し調べてみようか。
お役に立てたようで何よりです。
君はなぜこの話を私にしたんだ？
何度も言わせないでください。私は刹那先輩を友達だと思っているからですよ。役立てそうな情報なら役立ててほしかったんです。
変わっているな、君は。
そうでしょうか。
ああ、おかげで仕事がやりにくくてたまらない。
それは褒め言葉ですか？
ああ、その通りだ。今はまだね。
やっと来たわね。遅いじゃない。
When I arrive at the grounds of the shrine in the early afternoon, I hear those sulky words overlapping with the chirping of the cicadas. I run up to her before her mood gets even worse.
手伝いは2時からって約束してたと思うんだけど。
Come on, it's the first day, it's cut me some slack. Clad in her shrine maiden garb, Hisakaki is holding a ladle in her in her hand and sprinkling water. As agreed upon during our beach trip, I'm here to help her with her work starting today until attendance day.
打ち水始めちゃったじゃない。全部押し付けるつもりだったのに。
I mean, you could have just waited.
小ヶ坂くんが忘れてるかもしれないと思ったからやってあげてたんでしょ？
You sure are diligent.
うるさい。それより遅れた理由を話しなさい。
I dropped by Aso's cafe.
なんでよ。
I negotiated my work out so I could start around evening time until our deal's over. Persuading Aso approved the Herculean task, and the fact that the person I'm helping is Izakaki made it all the worse.
今日夕方からバイトなの
？Yeah, I'll get the sweeping and water sprinkling done by then, though, I promise.
それが終わってからの仕事プランも考えていたんだけど、残念ね。
Thank God I arranged my work hours in advance!
まあ、その分毎日働いてもらえば問題ないか。
What? I have to come tomorrow, too?
当たり前じゃない。
I only have to do your share of the work, right? You tell me it's your turn again tomorrow.
小雨だけど。
Then how's that my problem?
2つ目の要求は小雨の当番も手伝うこと。あの子も夏祭りの準備で忙しいのよ。まあ基本的に手伝いは私と小雨が交互にやってたから、小ヶ坂くんは毎日になるわけだ。
She explains it all triumphantly. Fine, a promise is a
小ヶ
promise.
坂くんも生真面目っていうか律儀よね。
But while I'll help every day, it'll only be until the evenings, all
わ
right?
かってる。
Want me to go fill the water into a spare
お願い。
bucket?
私は甘えてるから。
And with me here and now, she doesn't try to shove everything onto me. Deep down, she really is a nice person, I have to say. I make a trip to the faucet and back again. After getting more water, my only work becomes to serve as Izakaki's dialogue partner.
今日最高気温が何度か知ってる？
Nope, and I don't really want to know.
懸命ね。はあ、早く終わらせて涼みたいわ。
Whatever, summer festival prep work once we're done with
小
this.
雨やお母さんと違って私の仕事は夜からでもできるから、そっちの方が涼しいしね。
Well, then that means you've got ample time during the day. Why do you need to help you out?
時間があったって外に出たくないのよ。日に焼けたくないし。
His gaki skin is as white as freshly fallen snow.
見越してるのも苦労が多いのよ。
True enough, a shrine maiden with a suntan would look pretty crude.
日焼け厳禁の一番の理由は夏祭りの仕事だけど。
She mutters grumpily. Considering you went to the beach, your skin looks pretty good.
日焼け止め使ってたから。
I thought you were trying like hell to avoid anyone putting any on you.
嫌なこと思い出させないで。日焼け止めは海に着く前に塗ってたのよ。
Makes sense. Well, I can understand why Kosame would want to rub suntan lotion on you by all means. Your skin is so fair and pretty. I mean, hey, why are you splashing water on
目
me?
がエロかった。
And I'm not like Kosame.
そっちこそ小雨と一緒にしないで。あの子のあれはただの冗談だと思うし。
As do I. Hey, don't splash water on me! On that subject, though, I actually think Kosame is entirely serious when she forces herself on Hisakaki. Gotta say, though, Kosame doesn't tan at all either.
あの子は日焼けしない体質なのよ。
Does something like that exist?
私はあの子と違うから、今だって木陰に入りたいの。明日は遅刻しないで来なさいよ。もう手伝わないからね。
Got it.
家はここから一駅よね。近いんだし、10分前行動を心がけること。
Almost like my school teacher or
小
something.
笠坂くんが働いている間、私は部屋で課題でもやってるから。
Very unreasonable school teacher at that. And then you have summer festival prep work during nighttime too, huh? You really are a pretty busy
夏
person.
祭りが終わるまではしょうがないわ。
What kind of things do you do?
何が？
Summer festival preparations and stuff. I'm curious what you do.
絵馬作ったり、櫓組んだり、提灯下げたり、あとそろそろ町内会の人たちと出店の配置も決めないとだし、いろいろよ。
And doing that's your job.
大体はお母さんの仕事だけど。
What does Kosame do?
あの子は事務関係ね。お母さんと一緒に催事会場の設計してるわ。
And you?
うん。
She appears embarrassed for some reason. You do something different from Mayaka and Kosame?
関係ないでしょ？
How come you're the only one with a different job?
なんでもいいでしょ？
Is your job something you can't tell others about?
そんなわけないでしょ。
Is it something embarrassing?
誰も恥ずかしがってない。
Is it something lewd, perhaps? Bam! Ugh, don't kick me with your
あ
heel!
なたがふざけたこと言うからよ。
I was obviously joking!
タチが悪かった。
It isn't too terrible since you're wearing sandals, but you do realize you've broken my nose. You would have broken my nose if you had shoes on,
折
right?
れてないからいいじゃない。
Also, there's no worries since you're wearing your Shrine Maiden outfit, but if you lift your leg like that with a skirt, I totally see your... Bam!
袴だからやってるに決まってるでしょ。
Considering your tendency for violence, I'm fairly sure she'd do it while wearing a skirt all the same. Also, the tip of my nose hurts like hell.
夏祭りの仕事については聞かないで。これ3つ目の要求だから。破ったら取引は無効だから。
It would appear she wants to keep it a secret from me at all costs.
私も小笠坂くんに聞きたいんだけど、この前は小雨にうやむやにされたけど、どうしてそこまでテンクルが大事なの？
I just love the
なんで好
stars.
きなの？
And I'm asking in return, why do you hate the stars? Kosame stressed that I shouldn't ask that, I know. But that was the only way I could reply to her question.
聞いてるのは私なんだけど。
Would you like to come to the lookout with us?
展望台？
Yeah, the lookout at the top of the Yumemi Hill.
あそこって立ち入り禁止でしょ？
You can get in pretty easily.
まさか入ったことあるの？
Yep. Will she get mad at me? Will she reprimand me as a student council member? Still, despite those fears, I feel like it's alright to tell her. My view of the nighttime sky from there is simply spectacular. I really take pride in that place. So yeah, how about we go see the stars there? It would be ideal if she would come. She would then come to grow fonder of the stars, even if only just a little. Both for the Astro Circle and myself as well. After all, I'll be rubbing elbows with her during my time at Hibari High. Have you ever stargazed before?
ないけど。
All the more reason to give it a try. What do you say?
行くわけないでしょ。
Is it because it's off limits?
それもある。
Or do you not want to break rules as student council?
それもある。だけど、個人的な理由もある。
Because you hate stars?
それだけじゃない。私は、あの場所が大嫌いなの。
Those words surprise me. Have you ever been there? Well, I guess it isn't really too surprising. It wasn't off limits there when we were kids. However, Hisakaki denies my theory swiftly.
展望台に入ったことなんて一度もないわ。
And how can you say you hate it? Hisakaki sighs quietly.
もういいでしょこの話は。最初に聞いた私も悪かった。あなたは星が好きで、私は嫌い。それで十分よね。
But I invited her to look at precisely because that wasn't good enough for me.
打ち水終わらせるわよ。まだ境内の掃除も残ってるんだから。
Hisakaki starts to sprinkle the water. With that, the subject is discontinued. Saying anything further in that regard would only serve to poison the mood. We finished up sprinkling water, and with the surroundings cooler due to that, we get to sweeping next. With that, my work here is done for the day. Overall, it took about an hour and a half. Since we were also chatting, it might be possible to shorten it to less than an hour if you really concentrate. Hisakaki continued helping with the work all the way throughout. Both sprinkling water and sweeping weren't really tedious, probably because I had someone to talk with.
今日はお疲れ様。
Thanks, and also thanks for your help.
いえ、上がっていってもいいわよ。お茶くらい出すけど。
Thanks for the offer, but I have my part-time job waiting for me. Sorry.
そう。まあいいけど。
Okay, I'll see you tomorrow then.
明日は遅刻しないで来なさいね。
I know. Conversations with Hisakaki are always concise. So parting with her is also concise and somewhat dull as a result. While on the other hand, the nice tempo of our conversations makes for a comfortable time. That's the first sound I hear from Aso after I begin my work at the cafe. Aso, come on, we're at work now. Where's that smile? The bell rings. Looks like we have ourselves a customer.
いらっしゃいませ。
She sounds like she's chanting a hex.
それが客に対する態度かよ。
Oh, lucky us! It's just him.
アスカくんじゃなかったら店のイメージダウンだったね。
お前ら喧嘩売ってんのか？
売上貢献ありがとうございます。1名様ご案内。
Also guides him to a table. He's also wearing a school uniform for some reason. Were you just at school or something?
おうよ、岡県の活動だ。
夏休み中もやってるんだ。どんな活動してるの？
小ヶ坂には話したけどな。夏休み中に部活来てる生徒に都市伝説について聞き込んでる。学校で泊まり込んで練習してる部員もいるし、夜の情報も手に入りそうだからな。
夏休みって言ったら合宿だもんね。テンクルでも合宿できたらしたいね。
It all hinges on the outcome of attendance.
みなほし、コーラ頼むわ。
はいはい、オーダー入ります。
Also disappears off into the kitchen. So did you learn anything?
今のところめぼしい収穫はねえな。
Was cheating me with
い
you?
や、借りていいなら借りるけど。
Well, if it's just questioning, then I guess you can go. Then I guess you can.
お前が心配してる張り込みはまだやらねえよ。聞き込みで何かしら情報が手に入ってからだな。
こんにちは。いらっしゃい。
Oh, so his dad is the one who brings Asuka's cola, Coke.
マスター、ちょうどよかった。
何か用かい？
小耳に挟んだんすけど、ひばり校の OB なんすよね。
そうだよ。
You knew
海
that?
水浴の時にちなみちゃんから聞いたんだ。まやかさんやしのさんもそうなんだってな。
天文部の同期だからね。まやかにはよく振り回されていたものだよ。シノはニコニコ見ているだけだったし。
It was easy to picture that kind of awful experience he must have went through.
じゃあ、ひばり校の都市伝説って知ってますよね。
ああ、死神か。それも懐かしいね。
I'm also interested in that, so carefully listen to what he says
男女
next.
二人が死神によって引き裂かれる。童話みたいな噂だったと記憶してるよ。
Boy and a girl.
小笠か、知らねえのか？それで恋の死神なんて名前がついてんだよ。
The Grim Repair. The boy and girl part is news to me.
恋を引き裂くんだから同性じゃねえだろ。
Sure enough. Do you happen to know who those two people were,
聞き
boss?
込みでは特定できなかったけどな。というかパターンが多すぎる。
噂には尾ひれがつくからね。僕も正しくは知らないよ。
マスターが知ってる噂ってどんなものっすか？
Asuka readies his notepad, presumably scoring his memory first. Also, his dad begins to slowly talk after a short pause.
僕が知っている噂では、その男は病で余命いくばくもなかったそうだ。だから男は恋人だった女に自分のことを忘れてほしいと願うようになった。すると死神が現れて女から男の記憶を奪っていった。死神だから恋の記憶を買ったという表現が妥当なのかな。そのまま男女は別れることになったそうだよ。
That does sound like something along the lines of what Mare is. Someone who reaps bad memories that were, or nightmares, I guess. After making some notes on what he's saying, Asuka flips his notepad shut. What if it's a case of those Grim Reapers always form in like a form close to what is the source of the nightmare when trying to confront and reap someone's nightmare? So they always are in this form while they still are targeting this person. So as long as the mayor is targeting Yul and trying to reap his nightmare and his bad memories, she stays as, well, Mare, this form of the girl that he used to hang out with. So that's why she doesn't quote-unquote remember ever being at that high school, because she basically takes her identity from his memories of the Lookout Girl, and the Lookout Girl never went to that to Hibari High. Because of course she wouldn't say that she was at Hibari High, since this identity of hers does not have any memory of her being at Hibari High. It seems like the whole like reaping aspect of more like an instinctual or automatic thing they do. So if they basically take form of the reason behind the nightmare in order to reap it, that could make sense then that it was still Mare, just in a different form that she doesn't remember now, because now her personality and existence is constructed using the Lookout Girl as a blueprint. If that makes sense. And I guess the incident that happened there is going to be the actual Lookout Girl dying or something like that. I don't fucking know. This whole thing is like fucking 750 milliliters of 10% alcohol, and it's starting to get to me since I didn't eat too much today. So I have my excuses for my drunken ramblings, and I'm gonna go take a piss real quick. I'll be right back. I'm back. Have to make some notes on what he's saying. Asuka flips his notepad shut. So that's what it was about.
あくまで噂の一つというだけだよ。
The part with reaping memories closely resembles a mare. That occurrence occurred inside Hibari High.
ひばり校で広がっているんだから、おそらくそうだろうね。この喫茶店でもたまに耳にするけど、ひばり校の生徒以外では話している人を見たことがないよ。
However, Mare said she'd never been to Hibari High. It didn't seem like she was lying. In which case, it really must have been a different Grim Reaper than Mare.
似たような話は他にもあるぞ。マスターが話した噂は男が病気ってなってるけど、逆のパターンもあるしな。
都市伝説だからね。どれが正しいかは当事者にしかわからないさ。
本当に当事者がいればいいんすけどね。
この伝説信じてないのかい？
信じたいのは山々なんすけど、有力な情報が集まらないんでなんともっす。
小笠坂君はどうだい？
I guess I'm on the same side as Asuka. Even if that Grim Reaper is Mare, I certainly do still have some interest in it, but it doesn't exceed the bounds of a mere school mystery.
まやかさんやしのさんも何か知ってそうっすか？
シノはわからないけど、マヤカは神社の跡取りだったこともあって、当時からオカルトには詳しかったよ。
When I asked Aunt Chino about it, she didn't seem to know much.
じゃあ近いうちに小雨さんに頼んで、まやかさんに聞き出してもらうかな。
Boss, do you believe in the urban legend?
そうだね。
While rubbing his chin, he goes on.
僕はどちらかというと信じていた方かな。だけど解明したいとは思わなかったよ。
Why is that?
時代の差かな。
What does he
都市
mean?
伝説の謎はきっと僕たちの世代よりも君たちの世代で挑むのが正しいんだ。でないと都市伝説の意味がない。そういうことだよ。
I don't quite get it after all.
お父さん、またお客様からオーダー入ったよ。
He responds to Asuka's voice by raising one hand.
僕が教えられるのはここまで。あとは君たちで頑張りなさい。
Leaving us with that, he then returns to the kitchen.
三人して何話してたの？
ひばり校の都市伝説についてだよ。
Asuka downs his glass of Coke in one jug.
何か分かったの？
まだ何にも。だけど、必ず解明してやる。
That's some enthusiasm there.
お前だって星見に熱心だろ。
Asuka stands up with the check in his hand. You're leaving
なあ
already?
次は図書館でも行ってみようかと思ってな。
お昼寝に？
ちげえよ。ひばり校の歴史について調べてみるんだ。
Nothing wrong with throwing yourself into that urban legend, but don't forget about your summer break homework.
何か分かったら情報提供してやるから、いざとなったら移させてくれ。
I don't remember ever asking you to tell me about the Grim Reaper.
そうか？俺には興味津々に見えるけどな。
So that is only because I consciously relate Mare to the Grim Reaper.
メアって自称死神にも今度会わせてくれよな。
Didn't you see her during the beach trip?
日没の時、お前の隣に立ってた子供だよな。いつの間にかいなくなってたじゃねえか。話もできなかったし。次はちゃんと紹介してくれ。
I'll give it some thought.
別に取って食おうなんて考えてねえよ。ちなみちゃんに対してもそうだけど、お前って過保護だよな。
I wholeheartedly disagree. Oscar pays for his Coke and leaves the cafe. After waving goodbye to him, Asa mutters something to me.
私、最初はメアちゃんが恋の死神だと思ってたけど、やっぱり違うよね。
What do you think so?
だってさ、都市伝説で聞く死神ってどこか悲しくない？恋人の中を裂いちゃうし。でも、メアちゃんは悲しい感じがしないから不愛想なんだけど、悲しいっていうよりは怯えてる感じがする。
Also says in a big sister-esque fashion.
メアちゃん、人見知りするみたいだしね。
After finishing my dinner, I get ready to head out. practically didn't get much of an opportunity to talk to Mare during the beach trip, so I was planning on dropping by the lookout tonight.
出かけるんですか？
Oi, who I was sure was in the living room, happens to be standing behind me before I know it. Yeah, I'm gonna swing by the lookout. Want to come with? She's likely to say no, but whatever.
はい。
After giving me a nod, she throws a glance into the living room.
鈴葉はちなみさんにかどわかされていますし。
Well, nothing like that. She's just playing with her,
夏
obviously.
休みに入ってからは毎日のようにかどわかされています。
She appears all too melancholic.
私が最も恐れていた事態です。
What's the big deal? Suzuha is having fun.
私の知る鈴葉はいなくなってしまいました。
Why don't you just play with them?
同情はよしてください。
You don't want to hang out with Jinami?
はい。
Not a shred of hesitation. But I think Jinami would really love to hang out with you.
死ねばいいのに。
You really don't have to act that cold-hearted, you know.
私はちなみさんの友達じゃありませんから。
Ah, right, you two are sisters, aren't you?
死んだらいいと思います。
To me, it doesn't seem like you two could be anything but friends.
先輩の目は節穴ですね。
It appears she is set on denying it down to the bitter end. Which also means she doesn't consider me a friend either, I guess.
少し待ってください。
You wanna go get your telescope?
はい。
Oi heads next door to our house. I guess she's to tag along with me so she can see the stars. So her actions wouldn't be any different if she removed me from the equation. While she did become an Astro Circle member, maybe she hasn't really changed much from before. She was gazing up the starry sky of the past on the rooftop. We reached the lookout. Up on first glass, I can't spot Mare anywhere. Still, the sky's so clear tonight. She just has to be hiding somewhere. I'll go look for Mare.
来てるんですか？
I'd bet on it. I got walking, and I always start setting up the telescope. I'd like her to let Mare use it if I find her, but I suppose there's no reason to assume her answer has changed in that regard. Well, honestly, as long as they don't end up jumping at each other's throats like last time, I'll be content. After having walked around the lookout 2 times, I come back. Oi takes her eyes off the telescope and faces me.
遅かったですね。
Was it really gone that long?
はい。1時間くらいです。
No, I wasn't away for that. I was away for that
メ
long.
アさんはどうでした？
Couldn't find her. I'd say I'd searched just about everywhere I could, even the thicket and tree branches, but her presence remains to be seen. As clear as the sky is tonight, it's awfully strange for her not to be here. I suppose she could have had other plans. I don't know whether Grim Reapers actually make plans for their days. Speaking of our plans, the only thing that comes to mind would be coming here to see the stars, or else reaping my memories.
疲れたんですか？
Just a little bit. I flopped down on a nearby grassy spot. Looks like I'm always getting it ready to pack up the telescope. Already done?
はい。
Then before you go and pack it up,
ダメです。
can I use it maybe?
ダメって言いました。
You're no
ケチで
fun.
結構です。
We'll celebrate if you die tomorrow.
さ
But I was only saying what she says to basically everyone. Guess I'd better hurry up and find the money to get one on my own.
部費で買えるんじゃないんですか？
Well, I'd rather get my own telescope.
あ、
Apparently done packing everything up, Aoi lifts up the telescope in her arms, hugging it to her chest. Want me to carry it for you?
結構です。
Shall we go then?
結構です。
We live right next to each other.
私が林の中を歩くとき、わざわざ先頭に立って枝をどけなくてもいいという意味です。
Well, I'd appreciate it if you could at least allow me to do that.
結構ですから。
If you won't let me, then I'll instigate Tenchi and me to invite Suza to have both breakfast and lunch together as well.
卑怯です。
Well, what's your
や
call?
るしかないか。
Conclusion again? Yeah, let's forget what I just said.
賢明です。
Let's go then.
先頭に立ってるし。
Oh, he grudgingly follows after me. It is sunny, though a little cloudy. The weather and forecast said that we'll have a clear weather throughout the whole week, too. And annoyed by the blistering heat that suffocated me on my way here, I finally arrive at the shrine.
遅いわよ、小賀よ。
Don't call me Kogayo.
あなたが遅かったのが悪い。
I'm on time today, though.
30秒の遅刻。
Jeez, talk about
それに10分前行動って言ってあったじゃない。おかげで先に打ち水始めちゃったわよ。
What can I say? She complains a lot, but she has a nice heart beneath that shell. Shrine grounds sure look festive now.
そうね。午前中に町内会の役員とボランティアの人が祭りの設営をやってたから。
They've already stopped.
この時間は一番暑いからね。今は休んで夕方になったらまた始まるんじゃないかしら。
Yet they get the pleasure of working out here at yet we get the pleasure of working out here at that hottest time.
涼しくするための打ち水だからね。
I'll fill another water
よろ
bucket.
しく。
Gazing Hisakaki while twisting the faucet. Stone paving, dabbed in water, gives off the appearance of a sparkling carpet. Scene of Hisakaki walking it, with her shrine maiden clothes playing their part, gives off a somewhat sublime feel. Final layer being the absolute stunning, sculpture-like beauty of the shrine maiden in question.
何をジロジロ見て。
As I get back, Hisakaki, apparently having noticed my gaze, questions me with a hint of sullenness. Man, if it weren't for that prickly tongue, that'd be downright perfection.
一体何の話よ。
And here we are supposed to go ahead and just tell her. If I remember correctly. I do not trust my memory, okay? Come on, you fuck! This fucking cable is starting to annoy me! Jesus Christ! My fucking Lord Moses above! Yep, go ahead and tell them. Some may think that I'm starting to go a bit crazy due to, you know, fucking alcoholism and all that. They're drinking too much alcohol. But then again, when aren't I going insane? It's kind of par for the course, isn't it? Anyways, go ahead and tell her. Well, it's just thinking, like, you know, you're really quite the beauty. She's surprised. I mean, I guess you're pretty popular among guys, aren't you?
何よいきなり。
Honest to God, you're probably the most beautiful girl I've ever met. And that's including everyone from the city as well. Hisakaki is embarrassed and a bit unamused.
本気で言ってるの？
Well, I mean, I just kind of gave voice to my thoughts. I mean, surely you've been asked out before.
関係ないでしょ？
As for a boyfriend, well, I guess you don't have one. I mean, if you did, he'd be out here helping you, not me.
うるさいわね。
Why don't you get a boyfriend?
だから関係ないでしょ？
Is it because you're a shrine maiden?
いつの時代の巫女よ。そりゃ基本的には未婚じゃないとダメだけど、神職資格を取ってる巫女だったら交際だって気にするかもしれないけど、うちはマイナー神社だし、そんな堅苦しくないわ。
So why don't you get a boyfriend? I'll spray water on me as your
これ
answer!
以上聞いてきたら蹴るわよ。これ4つ目の要求。破ったら取引は向こうの上。蹴るから。
You sure have a passion for kicking people.
誰のせいよ。だいたい小笠坂くん間違ってない？
Flawed how so?
私は一番の美人じゃないでしょ。双子の妹の小雨もいるんだから。
Since they are spitting images of each other, does she mean to say that, well, they share the first place? It can't be her alone. But when it comes to Kosame, rather than beauty, she kinda more so gives off that lovable vibe, don't you think?
私に聞かれたって知らないわよ。
Maybe it's the difference in your inner values. Unlike Kosame, no matter how you spin it, your personality is pretty much the opposite of love. BAM! Oh, that warning, you just give me a damn kick anyways.
くだらないことばかり言ってないで、ちゃんと仕事しなさいよね。
There's nothing for me to do after getting new water.
なんで私に水まきさせてるのよ。
Well, what do you want me to do? You were the one that went off and started on your
代
own.
わってあげようって慈愛の精神はないの？
I'll take over for you.
もうすぐ終わるし、別にいいわよ。
Then don't give me that courtesy crap or whatever.
うちわで仰ぐくらいしなさいよ。
Well, I don't have a fan.
暑いんだけど。
Whine to Mother Nature.
セミがうるさいんだけど。
Whine to the cicadas.
家からうちわと麦茶持ってきて。
Am I your girlfriend?
これ5つ目の要求。
This is tyranny.
早く涼みたい。
She really complains a hell of a lot for a shrine maiden. Just fucking dunk your hand in the
お
water and
疲れ
hold it up
様
to
で
her
す。
cheek.
お二人とも。
During the sweeping, Kosame enters the shrine grounds. On the tray she brings along with her, some cups are lined up.
差し入れですよ。ありがとう。さっき小笠坂くんをパシらせたばかりだったけど、悪いわね。
This makes for our second round of cold barley tea.
これくらいしないと申し訳がなくて。
I take one of the cups from Kosame's tray. The coolness that transmits to the palm of my hand softens the heat. Oh, you're in your shrine maiden outfit too.
はい。これは作業着みたいなものですから。小雨も手伝ってくれるんだ。はい。第一、今日は私がお手伝いの当番ですし。ですから二人とも上がってもよろしいですよ。
Nah, I'd rather do it until the end.
そうね。小雨こそ祭りの準備はいいの？設計の方は全て終わりましたから。あとは町内会の皆さんに残りの設営をお任せするだけです。じゃあ設営が再開する前に終わらせてしまいましょう。
Kosame joins the mix and the three of us sweep the shrine grounds using bamboo brooms. We have to be careful not to get any dirt or litter on the places we've sprinkled water. In fall, it's likely possible to roast sweet potatoes using the swept up leaves, but now in summer you have a lot of dead insects, which has an adverse effect on appetite. Working in synergy with the strong rays of the sun, the heat makes us all tired.
姉さんこそお祭りの準備はよろしいんですか？
Kosame dresses Hisakaki while she is busy sweeping.
私は夜に練習するから。そっちの方が涼しいし。
Practice for what?
うん、なんでもない。姉さんはですね、お祭りの最終日に行ったら蹴るわよ。そういうお仕置きはしょんぼりです。
What kind of punishment does she welcome? Also told me you also have to work during the festival, summer festival?
そりゃあね。社務所に詰めていないといけないんです。皆さんと一緒に回れなくて残念ですけど。
Don't you have breaks though?
あるけど、たかが知れてるわよ。ひばりが崎では一番大きな祭りだから人手が多くなるし。どうしても問題や苦情が多くなるんですよね。その対処だけで一日が過ぎていく感じです。
Is this festival counted as a Hibarigaseki festival?
そうよ。 神社の住所は隣町ではあるけど。
集客効果を狙っているんでしょうね。ネズミさんがたくさん住まう遊園地みたいなものですね。
Well, Izagaki may be a rural town. It's the better-known tourist town as compared to the more urban neighboring town. I guess that's what she's getting at. Yet this is only a minor
悪
shrine.
かったわね、マイナーで。
I'm only describing it how you did.
小笠坂くんだって子供の頃にひばりが崎に住んでいたみたいだけど、神社の存在は知らなかったんでしょ？
True enough.
お祭りの存在はどうですか？
I feel like I've heard of it. Never been to it though. Thinking back now, I feel like I have memories of my mom and Chinami wearing yukatas a couple of times.
ひばりが崎の住民でも普段は参拝に来ないのに、楽しい祭りにだけ参加する人たちが多いのよ。
お墓もないので墓参にいらっしゃる方もいません。ですから神社の名前はあまり知られていませんよね。
The name is Seitengu. I heard about that before, that the August Star of Heaven is the deity they worship
あ
here.
とにぎわうと言ったら正月の初詣くらいなものね。それだけじゃ賽銭で儲けることもできないのよね。
A shameless shrine maiden right here, which in turn makes the workload tilt towards the summer festival,
休
huh?
憩時間がまとまって取れるようでしたら一緒に回れるかもしれませんね。
私はパスだけど、小雨だけでも行ってきたら？
でしたらお祭りの最終日は皆さんと特等席で姉さんの
蹴るわよ。
痛いお仕置きはしょんぼりです。
I have at this point already pieced together that it's some kind of like ceremonial dance she has to do, which I hope the main character is also able to piece together since he's supposed to be such a smarty pants. If this moron can piece it together, then he can. And what's a kind of punishment that doesn't hurt?
もう夏祭りの話題はやめましょう。ただでさえ多忙でうんざりしてるのに。
What day is the final day of the summer festival? Bam. You could at least give me a reason before you just kick me.
夏祭りの話題はやめてって言ったでしょ。
What's so wrong about asking for a date of all things?
3つ目の要求は夏祭りの仕事に関して聞かないこと。忘れたとは言わせないわ。
How was I asking about your job right
聞き
now?
そうな雰囲気だったから事前に制裁した。
Such a damn tyrant.
くだらないことばかり言ってないでさっさと仕事終わらせるわよ。じゃないとお仕置きするから。
Just wondering, Kosame, but what kind of punishment is that?
二
BAM!
度と聞かないで。6つ目の要求だから。
This guy puts the most selfish dictators of history to shame.
Yo, お二人さん。ケーキはどうだ？
Like yesterday, Asuka shows up at the cafe again, appearing to be in a cheerful mood.
お兄ちゃんお兄ちゃんお兄ちゃん
Oh,
待ちに待った。ちなみが来たよ。
On top of that, the very incarnation of cheerfulness that is Chinami has come.
そっちこそお二人さんじゃない。ご機嫌みたいだけど何かあったの？
Get any leads during questioning?
そうだよお兄ちゃん。さっきまでオカルト部長とひばり校で都市伝説の聞き込みをしてたんだけどね。
焦るなってちなみちゃん。まずは座ろうぜ。
お兄ちゃん、案内よろしく。
Does the table over here work for you?
そこは玄関だよお兄ちゃん。もしかして返そうとしてるの？
Alright, ma'am, your total comes to 220,000 yen.
まだ飲み食いしてない上にそれ。ちなみのお小遣いのぴったり全額だよ。
Well, yeah, it's your lifetime's earning. It's all you'll ever have.
ようちゃん、ちなみちゃんと騒いでる時が一番輝いてるね。
I feel like my very personality has been sullied by those words. I trudge away and show the two of them to a table and take their drink orders, and also head to the kitchen to put the orders in. So, what you learn?
うんうん、教えて教えて。
I suppose her curiosity must have gotten her, as also immediately comes
今
back
週からな、
gotten to her.
野球部の連中が合宿してるんだよ。体育館を寝泊まりの場所にしてな。それで、そいつらから聞いた情報なんだが、
Oscar looks over our faces.
夕べのことなんだが、消灯時間の前に部員数人がトイレに向かうため体育館から出たから階は1階だ。だが星明かりのおかげで完全な闇というわけでもない。体育館から出たから階は1階だ。廊下には当然明かりはついていない。そんな薄闇の中でそいつらは見たんだよ。
何よ。
Grim Reaper?
いや、それがな、
After putting on airs, Oscar says in a low voice.
UFO なんだよ。
They were fucking with you. Also, and I simultaneously give him a blank stare.
あからさまに信じてませんよ、オカルト部長。
これだからゆとり世代は。
Hello, you're part of the Generation 2, buddy.
いいか、そいつらは淡い光が天井を漂っていたと言っていた。最初は窓から差した星明かりだと思ったが、角度的に違ったらしい。そして警備員の懐中電灯の光でもなかった。光は線になって届いていたんじゃなく、玉の形で浮いていたからだ。
それ、ホタルじゃないの？季節的に。
玉は玉でも楕円に近かったらしい。円盤を横から見たら楕円になるだろ。
So that is why he's putting it out this UFO theory, huh?
聞く限り大きさは小動物並みだそうだ。
That's pretty small for a UFO, though, don't you think?
そんなんじゃ乗れないね。その時は宇宙人がマイクロ波で人を小さくしてくれるから大丈夫です。
Microwaves are just a form of electromagnetic radiation. They have no effect on people to shrink them to micro size.
これだから頭でっかちは。
You sure seem to be having fun over there, acting high and mighty, mimicking Oscar. Want me to give you a treat, you little brat, huh?
グリグリじゃなくて、オカルト部長の時みたいな軽いツッコミだけで許してほしかったよ、お兄ちゃん。じゃあ人玉とかお盆も近いし。
その可能性は否定できねえな。
Did they just mistake something else for the ball?
なんだよ、信じねえのか？
History is full of stories where people mistake natural phenomena for UFOs.
確かに公式での世界最初の UFO 目撃報告が入ってから今年でおよそ60年。その間 UFO の目撃証言も証拠写真も山のように届いてる。その情報が玉石混交なのは俺も否定しねえけど、だからって UFO が存在しない証明にはならねえだろ。
Well, no jumble of wheat and chaff. I mean to say there's nothing but chaff there. But whatever, go on.
俺はな、石が大多数の情報から宝石を見つけ出すのが俺たちオカ研の使命だって思うんだよ。
オカルト部長最高です。
Bam.
でちなみにお尻蹴るの。
Just as an impulse. The looks Oscar and also are giving me really sting.
アスカくん、本当に UFO だって思うの？
正直言えばだったらいいなって希望だけだ。だから今夜に決行しようと思うんだ。
Oh God, don't even say.
ねえ、 UFO かどうかをこの目で見届けるためにちなみちゃんと一緒に夜のひばり子を張り込みだ。
オカルト部長と一夜を共に過ごします。なんでまた蹴るの？
The way you phrased it set
ち
me
なみに、
off.
もう決めたんだから反対しても無駄だからね。
You can go, that's fine. After all, that's what I promised Oscar. Though in truth, I really wanted to nix it. But in exchange, I'm tagging along as well.
お兄ちゃんも？
Yeah, you got nothing against that, right,
俺たちの
Oscar?
邪魔さえしなけりゃ問題なしだ。
Like, all I could think about is that light bulb was probably like hold on. It's probably easiest to just show. Let me just quick save. They didn't translate that. I'm gonna go in here. Open album. It's gonna be that, isn't it? It's gotta be that adorable piece of shit, isn't it? That's my instinct telling me. That's why it's elliptical, because it's like elongated and it's a source of light. So it would be an ellipse. Ellipse. Not ellipse. But fucking damn it. That's autosave. That's the quick save.
俺たちの邪魔さえしなけりゃ問題なしだ。
If I press on load, it's still gonna be here. So move it back to 1. And if I then press on load. Perfect.
なになに、それって前にも言ってた肝試し？
メインはあくまで張り込みだけどな。
面白そうだから私も参加する。
反対はしねえけどよ。UFO が出ても追いかけたりするなよ。俺が写真に撮るまでは。
フラッシュ焚いちゃったら警備員に見つからない？
ちょうど野球部が合宿してるし、警備員に見とがめられても野球部ですって言えばごまかせる。
私とちなみちゃんは無理なんだけど。
マネジって言えば平気だろ。
じゃあ張り込みの最中はオカルト部長のこと野球部長って呼びますね。
いや、普通にアスカ部長でいいから。
So, when are we starting this?
目撃情報によると夜10時前後ってことだったし、1時間前の9時でいいだろう。
で、何時まで張り込むの？
もちろん UFO を見つけるまでです。
Forget it. なんで? We'd be there until sunrise for crying out loud. Naturally, I'm not letting us stay there for an entire night.
目撃しねえのを前提にしてるんだな。
私も泊まりは無理かな。お父さんが怒りながら街中を探し回りそう。
Seeing how calm and relaxed he is, yeah, I can't really imagine that.
あれで結構心配性なんだよ。昔は全然違ったけど。
お待たせ。
Aso's dad brings the drinks.
アソ、泊まりは認めないからね。みんなもあまり無茶しないように。
After giving a clear admonition, he goes in the back again. Why? Don't encoding overload. Fuck off. It's causing issues. Nothing is causing issues. Why are you complaining then? We still fine on every fucking front. Better.
怒らせると怖いんだよね、お父さん。
じゃあどうすっかな。
Isn't around 11 hour limit. Any longer and on Chino would probably get worried too.
学校に一泊くらい平気だよ。シノさんはちなみのこと信用してるもん。
そうだな。11時で解散するか。
オカルト部長にまで見限られた。
ちなみちゃんのせいじゃねえよ。俺の帰りが電車だから終電を考えて念のためだ。11時になって残りたいやつは残る。それで。
じゃあちなみは残ります。
Hello, on Chino. Me and Chinami are going out somewhere tonight and just wanted you to know that we'll be back around 11.
早速逃げ道塞ごうとしてる。
ちなみちゃん、ようちゃんの気持ちも分かってあげないと。ちなみちゃんが可愛いから心配してるんだよ。
Can't quite agree with that statement, but it seems to satisfy Chinami. Like, here's the thing. It's alright to just admit that you're worried. Like, he's being, like, weirdly in denial about this. Just straight up say, like, I'm fucking worried. Like, if I heard that my little sister was, like, fucking staking out their school in the middle of the night without fucking permission, I'd also fucking speak out against that. Because that's not a thing you fucking do. Like, I wouldn't fucking let her do that without some fucking supervision. Like, even if it's just so I can fucking take the blame in case something actually does go wrong. Because then I actually am the one to blame. Because I would be the fucking supervisor of these fucking kids doing this activity that they never got permission for. Just admit that you're fucking worried. It's not odd to be worried about a family member. It just makes it weird when you're overly in denial about it. Buddy. Just stop!
「話はついたな。集合場所は校門前だ。遅れるなよ。」
Everyone nods in response to Asuka's notice and take their glasses into their hands.
ちなみに虫取り網持っていきますね。私は天体双眼鏡持っていこうかな。
Guess I'll look for a good mobile game to waste time on while we're there.
お前ら、何しに来るんだよ。
I mean, if my theory is going to be correct,
肝試し
if my theory is going to be correct, then that might actually become useful. Though catching that adorable thing with a fucking bug net would be a bit uncomfortable, let's say. Yeah, Chino and I are about to head off to Hibari High.
それで制服を着てたんですね。葵ちゃんと鈴葉ちゃんも一緒に行こうよ。大人数の方が UFO 探しやすいと思うし。UFO ってどんな肝試しなの？私も行っていいんですか？もちろんだよ。
Suzuha seems happy enough.
これで鈴葉ちゃんも同行決定。死ねばいいのに。葵ちゃんも来るんだよ。死んでください。みんなで UFO に乗るんだよ。死になさい。期待から希望に変わって最後に命令になったよ。
Nothing against Aoi coming along, but Suzuha, someone her age, would definitely not pass as a manager at the baseball team.
ダメですか？
Well, I mean...
ご迷惑おかけしませんから。
I absolutely can't say no with those puppy dog guys staring right at me. Should the security find us, I'll just say you're one of the members' little sister who came to bring the team a late night snack.
しておくかじゃないです。私は大反対です。
You're wearing casual clothes too, so I guess it at least look legitimate if we make things out to, like the both of you came to bring snacks.
そういう問題じゃありません。
But according to Asuka, the baseball team has lights out at 10, so that brought snacks excuse might be rather shaky.
消灯してるの知らなかったってことにすればいいんじゃない？よくない。
Good idea, let's go with that.
行かないでください。
ちょうどサブレ焼いてたから包んであげるわね。持っていくといいわ。
シノさんまで賛成しないでください。ヨウさん、ちなみさん、何か持っていくものありますか？携帯があれば十分だよ。UFO か宇宙人見つけたらそれで撃射するんだよ。わかりました。お願いだからわからないで。
はい、サブレ。お腹が空いたら食べてね。
Thank you, we'll be back at 11 sharp.
それじゃあ、行ってきまーす。行ってきます。誰か、私の話を聞いて。
Pulled along by Suzuha's hand, Aoi begrudgingly complies.
みんな集まったな。つーか、集まりすぎてるぞ。
葵ちゃんと鈴葉ちゃんは助っ人です。
Since our story is was that they came to bring snacks for the baseball club, Aoi and Suzuha were still in their leisure wear.
よろしくお願いします。うん、よろしく。参加者は多い方が楽しいもんね。
UFO に見つからなきゃいいんだけどな。
At much rather he worry about security instead of the UFO.
というか、UFO というのは人に見られると逃げるんでしょうか。宇宙人は人見知りなんだよ。メアちゃんもそうだし。
In my view, it's more likely we'll be found with more people, but are we still fine with them joining us?
そうだな。宇宙人に襲われたら仲間は大いに限るしな。
I felt like Jinami is rubbing off on Asuka.
それじゃ、満場一致で肝試し始めよっか。ここに不満者が一人。
とりあえず目撃現場の校舎1階を散策だな。
これが数の暴力。
Aoi, feeling the oppression of the majority opinion, is sulking. Relying on the starlight for vision, we proceed through the dimness. Our footsteps echo loud and clear through the tranquil space. Everyone from the baseball team that is supposedly lodging at school right now must be in the gym, seeing as there is absolutely no hint of human presence beside us.
鈴葉ちゃん、ちなみから離れないでね。はい。
Aoi follows behind the two, watching them hold hands.
教室も一部屋ずつ調べていくからな。
Asuka slides a classroom door open while being careful not to produce any loud noise as he does. Well, they aren't even locked.
そりゃ、校門に鍵かけないくらいだもん。
Don't proudly thrust out your chest while you say that, please. Asuka peeks into the classroom, but apparently doesn't see anything out of the ordinary as he informs us we're going onward. Asuka takes the lead, with Jinami and Suza following closely behind, huddled up to each other. Also, Aoi and I form the caboose.
夜の校舎に入ったの。これで2度目か。
話すのはいいけど、あまりでかい声出すなよ。感づかれたら困る。
Asuka turns around and issues that warning. True, the thought of security finding us is pretty scary.
俺が心配してんのは UFO の方だ。
And I'm concerned about you now.
アスホ先輩、前にも肝試ししたんですか？星見するのに陽ちゃんに部室から望遠鏡を運び出してもらったんだけど。
Pausing, she casts her eyes down.
どうかしましたか
Jinami and Aoi tilt their heads in puzzlement in response to Aso's embarrassed laugh. I embraced Aso around her shoulders at the time to hide from Aoi, whom I had mistaken for a security officer. Shake my head the second I'm about to get all self-conscious over it.
お兄ちゃん？顔赤いよ。
As if you can tell that in the dark.
でも、お兄ちゃん観察日記によると、お兄ちゃんが猛烈に頭振るときは、ピンクの妄想に顔を赤くして。
I rip it to shreds.
4冊目もお亡くなりに。
ちなみちゃん、大声は厳禁だって。
Yeah, Jinami.
踏みにじってる。最後の一冊だったお兄ちゃん観察日記のかけらが、お兄ちゃん本人の土足によって踏みにじられてる。
We eliminated it! Finally! Oh, the sense of achievement at having ripped all 4 copies to shreds! Ah, it is indescribable! Alright, let's carry on with this test of courage, Jinami.
いいもん別に。お兄ちゃん観察日記がなくなっても、ちなみにはまだお兄ちゃん生態記録が残ってるもん。
Oh, it's just a pack of tempos. Also gonna pull this back in. Also can trash that since I sent the email already. But that's about an application, you don't have to fucking worry about that. The sense of achievement doesn't last long.
ほんと、2人って見てて飽きないよね。恥ずかしくなるくらい仲良し。羨ましいです。
And a terrible sense of defeat is added on top. I trudge along as we go around checking the classrooms when Asuka suddenly stops in his tracks at the corner.
1階は収穫なしか。
あれ、この先は？
左に曲がると体育館、右に曲がると教務室と警備員の宿直室。どっちもパスした方が無難だろ。
You didn't tell the baseball team about this test of courage?
顧問の耳に入ったら面倒だし。だから野球部の連中にも見つからないようにな。
Which means both going left and right might spell the end of this test of courage if we are unlucky.
じゃあ、残るは階段しかないね。
そうだな。1階だけに現れるとは限らねえし、続いて2階の探索をするぞ。
鈴葉ちゃん、怖くない？
はい。皆さんと一緒ですし、平気です。
Oi, is it just me or do you look a little pale?
暗いのにわかるわけないです。
Same thing I said a while back. In other words, I've hit the nail on the head there. Do you feel bad or are you just getting a little tired?
わかるわけないって言いました。
As Asuka and the others precede us, Aoi also climbs the stairs.
葵さん、鈴葉ちゃんをちなみちゃんに取られて機嫌悪いのかな？
Nah, it's just how she always acts.
もっと仲良くなりたいな。ペンクルの仲間だしね。
Two of us also follow after.
2階も今のところ収穫なしか。
We've checked half of the specialized rooms located on the second floor, but the ball of light the baseball guy saw has yet to appear.
絶対見つけてやるからな。
Asuka walks further down the hallway with watchful eyes. She's curious also, but has Asuka always been like
そう
this?
だね。私、アスカ君とはひばり校で知り合ったけど、1年生の時からオカルトファンだったよ。
By the looks of it, he rivals your love for stars.
私の趣味はあんな不健全じゃないよ。麻生先輩、それは間違ってます。宇宙人は常に人類との友好関係を築こうと狙ってるんです。それを後押しする部長の趣味は超健全です。
If they're for building friendly relations, I'm pretty sure they'll just show up on their own instead of being so elusive.
宇宙人は恥ずかしがり屋さんだからね。まあ、地球の侵略を狙ってるって考えないだけ健全なのかな。どこもかしこも変人ばかり。そんなこと言っちゃダメだよ。
So, before long, we arrive at the audiovisual room, our Astro Circle's club room.
お邪魔させてもらうぜ。
それはいいけど、大事な天文資料とかに触らないでね。
The AV room at night just might be the eeriest room after the chemistry room. If, for example, the figure of a person were to suddenly appear on the projector screen, I was positive everyone except Asuka and Chinami would instantly make a run for it. Alright, coming in, Aoi.
今入るところです。
She nervously enters the room along with the rest of us.
ここも入らせてもらうぜ。
Asuka heads for the reference room.
何度も言うけど、余計なものに触らないでね。
へいへい。
スクリーンに
出たのか？
ほら見て見て、星明かりで加減ができるよ。
Chinami's making a dog on the screen with her hands. Don't stare unless you're ignoramus!
心の底から全くです。葵ちゃんにグリグリされるのは初めてだよ。
Ultimately not finding anything different from usual in the reference room either, we decide to leave.
ようちゃん、神社のお仕事はどう？
This may be a test of courage, but probably because we are moving together as a group, the amount of casual compensation is high. Rough, Hisaki's working me like a dog, as you can imagine.
大変ならやめればいいのに。
Well, she gave me a word that she'd get us permission to use the rooftop on attendance day if fulfilled her demands.
ももちゃん、保護にするかもしれないよ。
Hisaki isn't the kind of person to do that.
うん。
Speaking of the shrine, the grounds are grounds area has gotten pretty festive with all the summer festival decorations and stuff they're setting up.
今週の土曜からだもんね。楽しみだな。お兄ちゃん、お祭り行くの？
That's the plan.
昔は全然来なかったのに、お母さんが誘っても。
Well, yeah, which is why it'll be my first time visiting this year.
海水浴の時みたいにみんなで集まりたいね。
Yeah, we should invite the others too.
まあ俺は特に異論ねえけど。
ちなみももちろん参加します。お姉ちゃん、お祭りは毎年家族で回ってたけど、だから今年も家族で。お姉ちゃん、テンクルに入ったんだし、お友達と一緒でもいいよ。
If she's already planning to go with her family, it might be best to just leave her to go with them. Kosame said she'll just go around with us if she's able to take a long enough break from her work. Izakaki, however, said she'd pass.
じゃああとは他泉先輩と刹那先輩に連絡だね。
Oh, should you happen to have time then?
つきませんから。
Didn't even give me the time to finish my sentence.
お姉ちゃん、お祭りの会場で合流できるかもしれないし、きっとちなみたちと一緒に回れるよ。はい。そうならないことを祈る。
We reached the end of the hallway while we chat. Next to the third floor. You know, something's been bugging me for the longest time.
何？
Like, why is Setsuna even in the Astro Circle to begin
も
with?
ともとは小雨ちゃんの紹介だよ。刹那先輩、ようちゃんと同じで転入生なんだって。ただ、私たちが入学したのと同時期だったから、私も後で知ったんだけどね。だから、転入したばかりの刹那先輩を思って、小雨ちゃんが誘ったんじゃないかな。
I take it the two of them are pretty close.
親戚みたいだよ。
I know that. So she moved here. Does that mean they'll live together then?
小雨ちゃんの家族は居候してもいいって言ったみたいだけど、刹那先輩は断って一人暮らしって聞いてるよ。
I imagine living alone at this age would be rather difficult.
刹那先輩、去年は部室に何度か顔出してくれたけど、今年はまだゼロなんだよね。
If you
天
joined
体
the
観
Astro
測に興味ないのかな。
If you joined the Astro Circle to make friends at Ibari High, I guess it's only natural to become a paper memo when she made friends in her class.
そうだね。寂しいけどね。
We aren't able to find anything remotely similar to a UFO on the third floor either.
ここでも発見できなかったら一旦1階に戻ってみるか。
It doesn't go up to fourth floor. Taking the stairs further would lead to the rooftop, which, being off limits, is locked. Couldn't search for it even if we wanted to. Hoai possesses a key to it, but she doesn't bring that up.
1階に戻ってまたここまで登るの？
いや、あとは長期戦覚悟で張り込みだ。目撃情報があった地点でな。
I checked the time on my cell phone and see that it's about 10 p.m., meaning we only have 1 hour remaining.
お姉ちゃん。
Suza pulls on Aoi's sleeve.
どうしたの？おトイレ。
Suza is fidgeting
すみま
around.
せん。ちょっと行ってきます。場所は1年生の会と同じだから。
じゃ、鈴葉ちゃんが帰ってくるまで待機か。
ごめんなさい。迷惑かけて。
There's nothing to apologize for. Staying in the school building at night must be quite eerie to a grade schooler like Suza, so I imagine she has been all tensed up and nervous the whole time. This time it is Aoi who speaks up in a timid
一応
voice.
他にも誰かついてきてほしいと言いますか。
She mutters those words with great difficulty.
2人だけじゃ宇宙人見つけても捕まえるの難しいもんね。ちなみもついてくよ。あなたは丁重にお断り。なんで？送り狼になるから。葵ちゃんはちなみを何だと思ってるの？
Then I'll come with you. And usually so, Aoi doesn't oppose it.
えらいえらい男の子だね。
男としては覗かざるを得ないのか。
お兄ちゃんって神聖のロリコンなんだね。ちなみに知らなかったな。よっちゃんって。
Don't believe that crap! Great, look at what you've done now! I'm getting this scornful gaze from Aoi, and Suzuha looks scared out of her mind.
だから小学女子の展望台の彼女さんとの思い出をそんなに大切に。
Please do not defile my memories, thank you!
もう誰もついてこなくて結構です。
Hurry after Aoi, who was leading Suzuha by the hand. Aoi and I wait out in the hallway for Suzuha to finish using the restroom. Well, it's supposed to be a test of courage. You can't really imagine something happening. Try to strike up a conversation with her as a means to kill time. I mean, since you know that both security and the baseball team are here too, there isn't much of a horror kind of atmosphere either. Besides, sure enough, the fact that it's only dim and not really dark, thanks to the starlight, is quite unfathomable from in this instance. Rather than eerie, it feels more magical. Always even more taciturn than usual. Are you sure you're not sick?
どうしてですか?
You've had this really strained look on your face the whole time we've been here.
ほっといてください。
Or is she in a bad mood because Suzuha has been taken by Jinami, like Asaho said?
早く帰りたい。
Well, we've only got an hour left.
もう帰ります。
I imagine Suzuha wants to stay though.
ちなみさんに関わったばかりに。
Isn't that a good thing for her though?
そんなことは。
I mean, you said she has to miss school a whole lot, so she doesn't have many friends. Can't be bad for her. I stopped mid-sentence. I happen to notice it since I'm looking upward while talking. Something crosses by near the ceiling. Quick to check our surroundings. Could easily be light coming from the flashlight of a security guard. There's no human figures to be seen. Since we are a fair bit away from the spot Oscar and the others are waiting, I can't spot anyone around. Is it just my imagination? Oh wait, did you see that? I noticed something at the edge of my field of vision. I direct my gaze upward once more. This time I catch perfect sight of it. Is that? There's a white ball floating about in the air emitting a pale light. Is this for real? I mean, that clearly matches everything Oscar said describing the UFO now. The moment I hold up my cell phone and I'm just about to take a photo of it, I feel something on my upper arm. Someone is strongly gripping it. Though it's more accurate to say that they are hugging it. Suzuha? Nah, of course that can't be it. She's in the restroom. Which leaves only one person. It's Aoi. With both of her eyes shut tight, eyelashes trembling, she's desperately clinging to me, almost as if she's hiding from the object above us. That explains it. It wasn't that she was feeling sick or anything. She just has a simple fear of things like ghosts and such. Saying that she still went to the rooftop at night to stargaze. The starry sky of her past must really mean a lot to her. I shift my eyes back towards the object above us, but now all that's left isn't the all too familiar ceiling. Nothing else. Did it flee? That means I've lost my chance to take a picture of it. Like Asuka said, it's a small disc-shaped light. With that size, not even a dog or cat could ride on it, in it, much less a human. Aoi still has her eyes closed and is trembling all over. Aoi. Aoi, it's gone already. Aoi slowly opens her eyes. Consequently, my arm is the first thing that comes into her vision, and her eyes that had been only slightly open widen in a twinkle. Immediately thereafter, she pushes me away.
何するんですか?
You're the one who started clinging to me.
嘘つかないでください.
It's the truth.
私がそんなはしたない真似するはずありません.
But you totally did.
言いがかりはやめてください.
Right back at you.
ここにテンクルの退部届があります.
Sorry it was on me. I reflexively end up admitting it.
次またやったら退部しますから.
But I'm innocent. Presumably having heard Aoi scream, the others come running over.
何があったの? さっきすごい声がしましたけど. お兄ちゃん、まさか。
No, I didn't do anything, so don't say the rest.
本気で覗くとは思わなかったぜ。
I just said I didn't. A sudden flash of light makes me jump.
アスカくん、いきなり写真撮らないでよ。
俺じゃねえよ。
血並みでもないですよ。
Aoi, who has grabbed onto my arm, immediately realizes it and hurriedly lets go. That was the light I saw.
なんか見かけたのか？
Yeah, Asuka, this might just be something seriously big.
じゃあ今の光って UFO が出たんだ。
Asuka readies his camera at once. He aims the lens every which way while looking through the viewfinder, but the disc-like light has disappeared.
小笠か、本当に見たのか？
Yeah, it fits your description perfectly. A disc-like light floating up around the ceiling. I don't believe it is a UFO, but there's no mistaking that it is a mysterious object.
さっきのフラッシュは何なの？
Maybe the afterglow from when it moved. It could be flying at some really high speed.
よっしゃ、そうと決まればここで張り込むか。女子と男子に分かれてトイレの影に隠れるぞ。
お姉ちゃん、大丈夫、怖くないから。すごくドキドキするね。そう。
Maybe always the only scared one among us. Don't you dare make jokes about what I just said. You know the fucking 2 words. We split up guys and girls and wait on standby in the restrooms. Everyone is holding their phone in their hands so that it can immediately capture a light upon its next appearance.
まさか本当に出るとはな。
How can you yourself not have believed
ち
it?
げえよ。自分の幸運に打ち震えてるだけだ。
That point, my cell phone vibrates. It is a message from Masaho.
張り込みってつまんない。動きたいよ。
Sure hasn't taken her long to get tired of waiting. I reply, telling her to put up with it. My cell phone vibrates again. This time it's from Chinami.
サブレ食べていい？
I give her the same reply as also, put up with it. Next I get a message from Oi. Why is she mad? I don't really get it, but I gave her the same reply as I gave the other 2. Now I get one from Suzuha.
ほえ。
Was that a fucking middle finger? Did you just give me the finger? I immediately receive another message which reads, I'm so sorry that wasn't me. One-chan just went and sent that with my cell phone. So basically what happened is that she saw the put up with it message. Suzuha, give me your phone. Thank you. What are those girls doing over there? And now I've gotten another one from Masaho again. I peeked over to the girls' toilet, and there was Asu staying in my way with half her face hidden behind the wall. Jesus shit!
おっ、びっくりさせんな。
やった、成
The girls are having a blast over there.
何してんだよ、お前。
That wasn't my fault. The other's just another message.
功。俺様、お前、丸かじりです。
It is from Maoi. It would appear the girls are bored, but I can certainly relate.
みんな、肝試しの自覚が足りないんじゃねえか。
I don't think a stakeout is part of a test of courage, but since this is supposed to be primarily a stakeout operation anyway, I can't voice any complaints. When I heave a sigh and return my gaze to the hallway, something is there. Asuka?
なんだよ、俺はメールなんか送ってねえぞ。
No, not that! Look over there! A white light is flying in circles. After widening his eyes in surprise, Asuka readies his camera and swiftly releases the shutter. Presumably startled by the flash, the light instantaneously flies away. Can also hear things like "Cat! Oh my god!" and so on coming from the girls' restroom. Didn't see any flash except from the one from Asuka's camera, so I suppose they either missed their chance or simply forgot to take a picture.
これって。
Asuka is peering at the picture he took. Well, was it a
見て
UFO?
みろ。
He directs the camera's LCD display my way. I'm just so fucking good, aren't I? Display shows a white disc that... Wait, actually, to be more precise, it's more distinctly shown in the picture. It doesn't have the shape of a disc. Is that some animal?
多分な。鳥にも見えるけど。
It has what appears to be wings spreading left and right, so it certainly seems to be some sort of bird. It's hard to make out since it's shining. Never heard of a bird that emits light before.
UFO じゃなかったか。けど、ユーマかもしれねえ。
Yuma? The hell's
科
that?
学的に存在が確認されてない未知の動物のことだよ。
Are we sure someone hasn't just painted some random dove in a fluorescent color?
夢がないこと言うなよ。って、また出たぞ。
The mysterious animal comes flying this way again and then goes over to circle the ceiling. I get a message.
お兄ちゃん、ちなみこれから捕まえるね。
写真だけじゃいまいち判断つかねえし、いっそ捕まえてみるか。
The occult circle members are all up for capturing it. However, Chinami didn't end up bringing her bug catching net along because I wouldn't let her. If I'd known we would have this opportunity in advance, maybe I would have allowed her to.
ちなみちゃんからメール来たな。同時に飛びかかりましょうか。その作戦、乗ったぜ。
Wait, Oscar, here's something. The sound of footsteps. Someone is running here from some distance away. Might be a security guy. We've been making quite the racket with loud voices, so it wouldn't be strange if we had been noticed. I sent Chinami a message warning her not to rush out just yet.
やべえな。トイレの奥に隠れるか。
Guess we'll have to.
けどその間にあの生命体に逃げられたら。
Oscar's clearly having second thoughts. The girls' restroom is veiled in silence. They must have hidden themselves already. Guess I'll at least check who it was. The footsteps are right there. With bated breath, I wait for the person to
も
appear.
う、やっと見つけた。
It's a familiar
探
voice.
し回ったじゃない。勝手に離れるんだから。
Careful not to be noticed, I covertly poke out my head. That person is holding a huge scythe.
こら、天井にいないで降りてきなさい。
Mare is beckoning to the life form that is circling around by the ceiling to come to her. What is she doing, anybody?
あのけったいな格好の子、海水浴でも見た子だな。
Yeah, it's Mare.
噂の宇宙人エージェントか。
Rumored by nobody.
早く降りてきなさいったら、ご主人様の言うことが聞けないの？
The mysterious life form makes no move to get down at all. For long, Mare starts to jump up while stretching out her
降
hands.
りてきなさいってば、こ
Her hand doesn't reach at all, but as if it reaches it, the mysterious life form flutters its wings and lands on Mare's head.
ら、ここはあなたの巣じゃないの。何度言ったらわかるの？
She removes the life form from her head with both her hands to then hold it in her arms. Mare then strokes its throat, causing its wings to droop. The light the life form is emitting gradually grows weaker. Or gradually grew weaker. Eventually, its whole body becomes visible. The both of us have our breath stuck in our throats. Get a message.
お兄ちゃん、あれって新種のドラゴン？
I believe any dragon would be a new species, dear sister. Now I've gotten a message from
明日
Aoi.
も晴れるといいですね。
I guess she's choosing to pretend she didn't see anything.
もう離れないでね。ご主人様を置いていっちゃダメなんだからね。わかった？
Dragon licks Mare's cheek in place of an answer.
やだ、複数だった。ね。
She starts to discipline it in an adorable fashion. Is that seriously Mare?
また、ダメだったら、もう、ね。
I get a message from Masaho.
メアちゃんが可愛いよ。
I agree! I also receive another message from Aoi. What is her deal?
いい？ご主人様の言うことは聞かなきゃダメなの。じゃないと、目するからね。
Oh crap, I'm about to laugh my ass off here.
舐めないでたら、ね。
I just can't hold it in any longer. Mare leaps up surprised with the dragon still in her hands. With my laughter as a signal, the others who have been hiding come out.
メアちゃん可愛かったよ。こんばんはです。その子ってメアちゃんのドラゴン？サブで食べるかな？あげてもいいかな？本物なの？作り物じゃなく？
触ってもいいか？いや、その前にツーショット撮らせてくれ。
It appears that Mare hasn't yet grasped the situation, and in that confused state, Asuka's taking picture after picture of her. Mare blatantly also approached her. Fancy meeting you here, huh? Having spotted me, Mare runs over at full speed and hides behind my back. My hiding spot! That's basically her reaction. She sees him, goes, "There's my hiding spot!" Just dashes over.
なんでヨウくんがここに？
From behind my back, she questions me in a muffled voice. Just doing a test of courage. What about you? I thought you said you hadn't ever been to Hibari High
昨
before.
日入ってみたの初めて。
So I guess it must have been because she was here at the school building that I wasn't able to find her at the lookout last night. Which also means that the light-emitting disc the guys on the baseball team saw was the dragon resting on Mare's head.
小笠か、独り占めしないで紹介してくれよ。
In response to Asuka's voice, Mare ends up fully hiding herself behind me. Among those of us here, Asuka's the only one Mare hasn't properly talked to before. Mare, that guy over there is Asuka Mira. He's a friend of mine.
よろしくな、メアちゃん。でさ、いくつか質問してもいいか？
アスカくんやめなよ。メアちゃん怖がってるよ。
一つだけでいいんだ。お前らからメアちゃんの話聞いた時からどうしても確認したいことがあったんだ。
Is that alright, Mare?
別に。
Having received permission, Asuka goes ahead and asks a question by primly intoning every single syllable.
メアちゃんは人間なのか？
Feels like a pretty adequate summary of everything that has been bothering me in regards to Mare. Without any specks of hesitation, Mare replies.
私は死神よ。
人間じゃないってことか？
それは知らない。だけど私は死神。悪夢を狩る死神。それで十分でしょ。
いや、十分か？
私は十分だよ。メアさんはメアさんだと思いますから。ちなみ的には宇宙人の方が嬉しいよ。この年頃で変身願望はよくあること。前半2人はいいとして後半2人は私に喧嘩売ってるってこと。
I was just punches, sure. Don't ask me.
ひばり校の都市伝説の死神とは違うのか？
よく知らないけど違うんじゃないの？
人類社会に溶け込み、隙あらば有効、もしくは地球侵略に打って出る宇宙人エージェントじゃないのか？
何言ってるのかさっぱりだわ。
近くに UFO を着陸させてるんだよな。
そんなの見たことも聞いたこともないわ。
Asuka gets disheartened. Looks like that isn't what he hoped to hear. The dragon that is using Mare's head as his nest flaps its wings and jumps up.
あこら。
It starts to circle around the ceiling. It doesn't come down despite Mare's prompts. So, what is that thing?
私のしもべ。
Does you mean pet?
しもべ。以前メアちゃんに会った時は見なかったよ。つい最近展望台で見かけてしもべにした。展望台って人外魔境なんだね。
Do you want my fist?
思い出を汚すつもりはなかったからクリクリは許してほしいよお兄ちゃん。本当に本気で本物？作り物じゃないでしょ。元気に飛び回ってるし。ありえない。現にありえてるでしょ。予想するにクリスマスプレゼントのラジコン。何が何でも私を子供扱いしたいわけね。子供は子供らしく生きるのが一番。この子はいつか絶対後ろから刺す。
You only have to take your eyes off them for a second for things to get ugly between those two.
これ食べるかな、あのドラちゃん。
Chinami takes out a souffle from the bundle she has. Draggy?
ドラゴンだからドラちゃんだよ。
I guess this is a good time to ask, but does that guy have a name?
別にないけど。
Draggy picks up the souffle Chinami holds out to it in her palm while flying, then lands on Mayor's head and begins eating it.
こら、食べかすが私の顔にかかるでしょ。
That's just a fucking cookie. Why call it souffles? Especially since I feel like souffles do not look like that anyways. I've never seen souffles. It certainly doesn't look like something that look like that. What the fuck do souffles look like anyways? I have no idea actually. It's not even something you would like pack, apparently. It looks like something you would eat out of a bowl. More than that. Certainly doesn't look like something you should eat in your like fucking hands. It looks like it'd be sticky as fuck.
そんなに刺されたいんだ。
Chill out, I'm just kidding! Don't hold up your scythe for the love of God!
メアちゃんもドラゴンの子もかわいい。抱きつかないで。
The two jostle around.
しかしドラゴンな。竜って鳥類か？哺乳類か？
Depends. Most would probably constitute as a reptile. Reptile, maybe. However, new mammal species are much rarer discoveries when compared to other classes.
はは、そいつは勉強になった。展望台を探せば他にも見つかるかもな。
Oscar, just for the record.
マスコミに売るなんてしねえよ。俺が興味あるのはオカルトだからな。ドラゴンじゃファンタジーだ。
I mean, they're also kind of supernatural.
撫でてみていいですか？いいけど。
Suzuha nervously pets the dragon's head. The dragon closes its eyes in apparent bliss, smile springing onto Suzuha's face. It does look more like a fucking, like, winged mammal. Like a carbuncle, I guess. Kinda. If I remember what a carbuncle is, right? Carbuncle. I don't mean the infestation kind. Yeah, it does kind of look like that. Just, you know, add wings onto it, and that we'd get that. You gotta hate when you look up carbuncle, and the fucking first thing is fucking, like, skin infestations that are just not very nice to look at.
Dora-chan?
Looks like the souffles that were supposed to be our late night snack have been made dragon fodder.
みやちゃん、この子の名前ドラちゃんでいいの？別に。
Well, he's yours, so shouldn't you make the final decision on his name?
名前なんているの？
You gave yourself a name too, right? Citing the reason that it'd be inconvenient without one. Mayor is an assumed name. I don't know her real one. Well, I'll forget about that for now. What have you been calling him so
し
far?
もべ。
That's just plain cat animal cruelty.
そう？
Yeah,
じゃあ、下僕。
that's not helping.
ちゃんと名前つけてあげないと、かわいそうじゃないかな。
Suzuha says while petting his
あ
head.
なたが言うなら、 考えてみてもいい。
Seems like Suzuha is ranked up highly on Mayor's list.
ドラちゃんでいいんじゃないかな。いや。なんで可愛いのに。あなたがうるさいから嫌。
And Chinami's ranked somewhere at the bottom. Mayor lifts up the dragon from where it's resting on her head in her hands and looks at him from the
こう
front.
して見るとブサイクね。
Sheesh, you'll hurt his feelings.
あれにしようかな。
What is
あなたが聞かせてくれた七夕伝説の鳥。
Magpie?
うん。何？カササギって。織姫と彦星が再会できるように天の川の架け橋になってくれる鳥だよ。へえ、じゃあ呼び名はカーくんだね。
カーボーでもいいな。
Good for you, Mado. You got yourself a proper name now. Hot! Hot! Hot!
カーくんが炎吐いてお兄ちゃんの頭が燃えた。カーくんも喜んだみたいね。
How exactly? You attacked me just now!
ドラゴンだけあって炎まで吐けるのか。
ファンタジーだね。かっこいいです。明日も晴れるといいですね。
Aoi alone is pretending she didn't see anything. You know, he still has probably at least 30-degree burns now. It's almost 11 p.m. so we return to the gate at the front of the school.
そんなわけで今夜のミッションは無事終了だ。
Don't you ever ask for a repeat of this, I swear.
それはわからねえな。今回は外れだったが、また有力な情報があればいつでも張り込むぜ。
その時はちなみもお供しますね。結構面白かったし、私も参加しようかな。私は二度とお姉ちゃん、私も肝試し。考えておく。
It appears it will most likely be happening through the tyranny of the majority.
葵さんがいると驚き役で盛り上がりそうだな。
余計なお世話です、アサルト部長。
その間違いわざとじゃなきゃありえねえよな。
アスカとオカルトを足したからアサルトなのかな。一石二鳥な呼び名です。次からはそう呼びますね、アサルト部長。
いい加減名前で呼んでくれ。
Poor fucker, Mayor.
何？
What made you want to go to Hibari High in the first place? After averting her eyes from me, she says,
あなたのせい。あ
Why?
なたがテンクルの話したり、天体観測に誘ったり、海水浴に誘ったり、友達連れてきたりするから。だからひばり港がどんなところか気になった。それだけ。
Ah, I see.
うん。
Wanted to pet her head, but Mado is resting there. So instead, I pet him. Hot, hot, hot!
正当防衛ね。
What's so common, gentlemen? I don't know. Mayor is giggling.
よーくん、そろそろ。
Time for you to leave.
うん。
See you later, Mado. Hot, hot, hot!
バイバイだって。
Oh, anything you want the harmonious goodbye you make it out to
じゃ
be.
あね。
Mayor turns around. She heads up the hill and then melts away into the darkness midway. The dragon that we named Magpie disappears at the same time.
マジで消えたな。さすが死神なだけはある。
He is keenly impressed.
都市伝説の死神もあんな感じに神出鬼没なのかもな。
At this point, there's no one who can either confirm or refute
俺
that.
的には都市伝説の死神は宇宙人エージェントでお願いしたいところだぜ。
That is the one possibility we can safely rule out. Like, he's like a cult leader, but he, like, focuses way too much on alien shit. Shouldn't be like extraterrestrial investigation circle or something. Because he just met a fucking dragon, which is pretty fucking supernatural, but he's sitting there like, oh, I hope it's an alien! Are you retarded, my man? I'm spending my summer break relatively meaningful, as I say so myself. Oh, fuck it, let me just... I want one. So we split it in half anyways. After keeping up with the work at the cafe, we went to the beach to test courage. It's at the stars at lookout, and of course, couldn't forget about all the work at the shrine Hizakaki made me help with. I have an odd feeling that this is already the start of her route. I've been showing up at the shrine practically every day to go about sprinkling water and sweeping. When Izagaki comes off as a bit harsh, she is diligent at her core. Despite the complaints, she ultimately always does the work together with me. And throughout, we distract ourselves from the sweltering heat by talking with each other. Stopping the summer festival though is off limits due to her unreasonable demand. Personally, getting to see the shrine grounds grow more colorful and festive by the day as we work on our work, in turn keeps building up my excitement for the festival. You know what? It's a good place to end it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Alright, could have just saved there. Let me just erase this and overwrite that one. Hope you guys enjoyed this one and see you next time. Bye-bye!